Michael. Hello, welcome back. CAV-CON 2020, where stuff is about to start blowing up. John and I are in the middle of turn 3. I think 3 or 4. It's 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, in the middle of 3.
Okay, so you had moved
I think you had just
that
shot.
group.
Yeah,
I shot with my attack, and then I drew the next card.
Right,
so I'm up again with either the tanks or my
your specialist
gladiator,
yeah.
my tough gladiator. Okay, so my recon guys are
gonna come up here and play nice, right?
yeah. Okay, they are going to. They are all going to do a move and an attack on him.
Okay.
Because he's not double time.
He's not marked, so he must not be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure I was.
Pretty sure. I've been trying to be really good about that. I think the only double time guy is that King Cobra near the top of the hill.
So, and I have a light Imrak. Gonna be our poison.
Right.
So start with this one, and we are going to attack.
Okay.
So he is range.
Just shooting from. Wait a minute. Which one?
Right here.
The front one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We are at range long at 28. So my base number to hit is 8.
Okay.
And that should be it, right?
I just didn't appear to be any
cover.
cover.
You don't have any cover, any help
Nothing
there?
like that.
I'm not target locked or anything, so.
One second, I need to look at their bases so I can identify these guys. Which one are you? Oh, you guys have very similar. Oh no, you got a little bit of track. So this will be track. Here, numbers or something else. Wait.
I'm assuming everybody can hear us okay?
Yeah,
I haven't seen anybody say anything. Oh. Healer? Yep, okay.
All right.
Just double checking. Okay, so I need an 8.
Yep.
With an 8.
That's
so no
good.
helper, so I have a 4.
My armor is, wow, it's way lower than I gave it credit for. It's 5.
A 5. So I need 9s or better to be there. Okay.
I really thought it was more than that. Okay, these guys are not the backbone of my army.
Okay, and then he is going to turn. And then he is going to back up 5. Okay? Then This one's going to shoot.
Okay.
So we need 9s or better. That ain't going to get it with a 7.
That's a miss.
That would be a miss. Okay. This one here.
Okay.
They're 8.
Okay.
We're hitting you. Just not getting through there. Okay. This one is going to do it as we're backing up a little bit. So. A 7. We're all around you.
Yeah. Pring, pring.
Yeah.
His armor's ringing. Tanks. So Chandler asks, do tanks actually have a penalty for backing up? Basically, anything that moves backward moves at half speed, I think.
Right,
is the rule.
you're paying double.
Yeah.
And you can't, and yeah, that's it. All right, and then the last one. Yes, finally.
Can the last one see me?
Huh?
Can the last one see me?
Well, as I.
Oh, that's right. He's moving.
Yeah,
He's
I
moving.
wasn't finishing the deal.
All right.
All right.
What do you got there total?
13.
Okay.
So I'm 5 over.
Yeah. So that would be
5 and 4 is 9.
4 over.
Yeah.
I've reinforced 1, I think. Maybe I don't have any reinforced. No, I don't have any reinforced. That's a different model.
Okay.
I've never played these guys, so I'm getting used to them. All right. What does rugged do?
For repair.
Repairs better?
Yeah. If you make a successful repair, you get.
So it sounds like I am 4. That's a pilot check of 6 and 1 damage.
Yep.
Here's my 1 damage. Pilot check of 6. 9.
Ooh.
All good.
Okay.
All right.
At least I got 1 in there.
Yay! These things' armor is way lower. I'm not complaining. I'm just like, I guess I just, there's too much to take in for me in one go. All right.
So many new models, so little time.
Next card. Next card. Last guy.
Old gladiator. Yeah. Old gladiator. My old gladiator. Are you there? Oh, where's Rockets?
I have this back. Tune in tomorrow for the rocket battle.
You know what? I'm going to kick my card.
You gonna use your recon ability?
Yep.
I'll kick my card. Go ahead and go.
I know. I figured you would. Hey, maybe not. Yes.
I mean, I get to use it every round, but no cost effectively, right? And this is essentially the last 2 activations. No sense in not using it.
We thought we'd try.
Yep, I might have forgot. I might have chosen not to. Might have. Yeah, you're right. That squad would have to play completely differently if we had indirect fire on the board.
Mm-hmm.
That tank squad would have to play completely differently.
Yes.
If there was indirect fire on the board.
Yeah.
Of any note.
Yeah. I believe that the gladiator will target lock and shoot him.
All right.
Okay. And you get light cover, and I think you get the woods.
Depends on, are you going to stand still and shoot, or are you moving and shoot?
No, I'm target.
Oh, that's right. You said target lock. You're shooting right from where you are. Hold on a second.
It's going to be pretty close.
We don't need to guess. think you do not. I do not get the rulers.
Okay. All right, so it is range, and I'm firing the kitchen sink. So both MRACs and both medium guided missiles.
Okay. What you got there on range?
35. So it's all going to be long ranges.
Okay.
So we're at 8, 9 for the cover,
Right.
and 8 for my target computer.
Make sure I get these guys sorted out too, which I do not.
Yeah, Chandler, they pay double movement for backing up. So, all right, so we're at 8.
Yep.
Okay.
And what are we firing first?
The MRAP.
Okay. That's not a bad
That's
roll.
an 8 and a 10.
Okay.
So we are damaged 6s. So I have a 6 and an 8.
Okay. I am also armor 5, so that's 1 and I'm not reinforced. You get out the shot. So you said 6 and a what?
6 and an 8. So it should be each 2 points and then at least a pilot check.
You said 2 points. 6 and an 8 is your armor plus your MOS, right? Or your strength plus your MOS.
Yes.
6 and 8.
6 and
minus
8.
My armor of 5 is 1 and a 3. Right. So a total of 2 points.
2 points, right.
I thought you were saying 2 points each.
No.
What?
2 points total plus a pilot check that may be the same or worse after the guided missile.
Yeah, because you made a success of 3, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So right now I'm at 2. Okay.
All right, and the guided missiles?
That's a crit.
There's one there.
All right, John, that's 2 crits since we came back from lunch.
So a 16. So that is
11.
8
Oh,
over.
I'm sorry. 8 over. Minus
And 4 is 12. So 12 against your 5 is 7.
7. That's 2, 7. Pilot at 7 and suppressed. I think.
Yes. Got 2 points plus suppressed.
So
and
a total of 4. I need to take a
pilot check of 7 or better.
So you hit with both of them though, right?
No, I just hit with the 1.
Oh, you just hit with the 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my pilot check. And 9, I'm good.
You good? Okay. Here's my. Oh, you roll shot. Or how have we been doing that?
I think I get to roll all my stuff. I take all the tests.
Okay. So roll against shot. Yes.
And what's the number? 4, 5?
Oh, 5, because these are mediums.
Mediums?
Yep.
Okay. So I need a 5 or better, right?
Yes.
I got a 4. So I am suppressed. Is that what it does? What's the thing for shot?
Yeah, since you're already suppressed, it probably was
I don't think it matters.
deal. Just double check. I forgot.
It just means I can't move closer to you and I'm -2 on my
-2
rolls?
for your next activation. Yeah, so you're suppressed.
Yeah, I don't have.
You're so suppressed that you've got to go see a doctor. I got you right here.
Just got me something. Help me remember what that is. I guess I'll just write S on his card. All right, so this is for guy with this.
I did damage! I did damage!
Yeah, 2 crits, John. Somebody might question if you were up here messing with the dice while we were away. All right, my turn?
Yes.
All right. Got my attack squad. I get the right guys here. No trap. 2 tanks, this Cobra, and that fullback.
Don't worry, Tiger. We'll do it. We're going to do another one here in about 30 minutes. And I might have hinted earlier that in one of the ones in the next 4 hours, we are giving away a resin dictator, 32 millimeter. Might even give one away tomorrow, too.
All right, John, so another double time.
Okay.
If I spend 1 going up and move 9, does that still count for my double
As
time?
long as you use all your movement.
Okay.
You can actually get double time
Yeah.
by moving 4 inches through a heavy
Woods?
as long as you meet the requirement for the straight and the turn
and
and you
consuming
use
all
all your
my-
movement
all my
points,
movement.
you get it. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, clearly this guy's going to move and shoot. I don't think there's anywhere I can get where I can see that.
I figured the line was somewhere right around there when I looked at it. So
But
definitely if you get to this side of him, you are. But I think
I guess I should have asked this question earlier, but
it's kind of a tricky one.
yeah, how big is that building?
How
big is that building?
the building is whatever it is, well, because it's like the stuff over here. You kind of have to use
That's
your
fine.
yeah.
So
I figured we could see each
that's
other.
fine because I'm elevated.
Yes.
If I'd been on the ground, maybe I might have discussed that. All right, that's fine. Yeah, I don't think there's.
No, to me,
I can't see your base from over here.
I know, but to me, of course, this thing you got to take into account too. But
so I don't think I can get anywhere with this guy to engage that pile.
yeah,
over
so
there.
yeah, you'd have to be to the right of this. So, like I said, about where he is over.
Okay.
Maybe a half inch this way, but
I guess what I'm going to do then is I want to avoid this shooting through this woods because I can pretty much only engage those sabers. So I'm going to move forward and engage. I have to declare the specific model, right?
that you're shooting, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I will engage.
So far, all he's killed is one of my tanks, but I did have a pretty good round there.
2 crits, yeah.
And did some damage to one of the King Cobras.
I'm going to move up here and shoot the forward saber. No, the most forward one. Because I feel like even from here, that guy's going to get -1 from the cover, and I can ill afford that. You have ECM running over there anywhere?
Nope.
So this Cobra is going to move and clearly I need to do. Yeah, he's just going to move and target lock the lead saber.
Okay.
And then
this is a classic example of when we were talking yesterday about terrain placement. We have lots of stuff out here. It makes for a very interesting board,
right.
but it turns into a game of maneuver.
Yeah.
This is, we were talking over while we were taking a bite to eat, was what happened right here. He was able to kill one of my tanks because I misjudged how far he could get. So he was able to get up and get enough of a shot on him to take one down. The object here would have been is for who can get, if we're going to shoot through here, who can get control of that first, so that the other one is having to maneuver in response to what I'm doing. Right now, I have to move in response to what he's doing because he got a hold of the throat before I did. So you have to watch fire lanes because that's where it'll get you in trouble.
Okay, so John, is it okay with you if I advance to this place right there? You think there's enough room for me to sit here?
It's strictly by your base. If you can get up there and sit,
my base will sit there.
If it'll sit flat, you're there.
Okay, and so then this would be a level 1 elevation to me.
Yes.
And I can see, as long as I don't try and look through this, I can see from the center of my base. Well, but I only pop up 1 level, right? So this would still block my line of sight. This piece I'm touching right here.
If it came, yeah, but you'd have to, it'd be way over here.
Okay, right. So what I'm going to do with these guys, this guy's going to move up here and try a pop-up attack against the duelist.
Okay.
This guy is going to smoke. No, you don't have any Overwatch right now, right?
I do not.
Okay, so what he's going to do...
Shot our load at your front tank already.
He only got a movement of 6, so what he's going to do is...
But just to finish up,
Oh,
this is the kind of board
yeah,
I like.
absolutely.
I like lots of terrain, lots of movement, lots of maneuver. Because, I mean, even if you were in a realistic battle, if you didn't have all this terrain and you just had a big open area, it would be like the Golan Heights during the Israeli war.
Yeah, just
one row of tanks sits here, one row of tanks sit here, and they shoot till somebody cries uncle.
and we agreed these are level 1 covered as well, right?
Yes. But they were, you couldn't go over them.
But I could pop up behind them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, this, I understand your reasoning for encouraging movement, but you know, it really makes it difficult for people that want to pop up, right? 'Cause then you have to have 2 positions nearby that you can alternate back and forth between. Most terrain boards don't offer that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna, I think this guy is gonna move over here and attempt to pop up and shoot the duel. Okay. So he's gonna move here, taking cover behind the thing. I got 6 inches of movement. I pop this guy over
That's
there.
fine.
Guy's gonna move over here. And they're both gonna attempt to pop up and shoot the duelist.
Okay.
Not sure I have range from this guy. If you help me out. Yeah, I'm out of range. How about over here?
He's a little close.
He's inside. All right. So 1 heavy PP. Oh, I haven't done everybody else. Sorry. Light is gonna get me.
Oh,
All right.
I'll get back a little bit.
Well, but you said to just go ahead and.
No, I meant the light.
I guess I'm talking about my activation. Should I just go ahead and shoot that guy? I mean, I've declared everything I'm doing.
If you don't have anybody else that's shooting at him,
Right.
then you can go ahead and get it done. Yeah.
Let's go and do that. So that's long range, a base of 9. You are the damaged guy.
What was the range?
20.
Oh, so it was it was under the 20.
Extreme range. Sorry.
Extreme, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Just double checking. But I'm pretty sure it was extreme. I just said the wrong word. 20, just over 20.
Okay, so that'd be 6, 12, 18, yeah.
Yeah.
So extreme range.
Extreme range, right. You are the one with the rat. Here we go. Taking 2 points of damage. God, they lose power so fast, it's ridiculous. Pop up assault 1, nothing. So he has no bonuses, he just gets straight up roll.
Straight up 9.
Needs a 9.
I saw a 2, I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Hope you dodged 1 shot today.
I'm gonna keep track of it next time.
Okay.
All right, so then this guy's gonna, there's that light again. He's going to move forward 2, 11, take his free turn, and move forward 11.
Yes, this will be a very good indirect board for rockets.
Because it's so densely populated.
Yes.
Does not have double time. He couldn't move his full distance. All right, so this guy is going to and I can make the free move for purposes of double time any point in time during my move, or I have to make it at the beginning.
If you can't, if you plan on trying to get double time in the last thing, then no, you can't use the.
I get a free turn.
You're right, as part of that move.
Right.
But since you're doing a move and a double time move, you have to use the first free one in the move, and then because you only get one.
What I intend to do is this. I intend to. This guy now move and shoot, right?
Okay.
So if I just move straight, I'm going to end up on top of him, probably. I don't want to do that. So my thought is trying to get double time.
Right.
Is I move to here, take my free turn to line up with the edge of the cliff, and finish my movement that way. That count?
Right.
Okay. So I can use the free turn at any point in time during the double time move.
At the beginning, the end, whatever.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. All right. So he's going to move. He's at 10. He's not damaged. He's going to move straight forward, probably 4, even with his thing right there. So he'll move to there. He'll take his free turn to line up with the edge of the thing. Then he has a movement of 6 left. And He's going to take a shot at the lead.
On your way back, scoot that.
Yeah. I don't want to damage the expensive light.
No,
31. That's.
I just didn't want you to keep hitting it. I think we're getting pretty good light. I'm assuming everybody can see the board okay.
Heavy max are 12, so that's long range. It's under 36. So that's a base of 8, right?
Yep.
Yeah, base of 8. That's the guy I target locked with the Cobra, EST to transfer. So that's a 8, 6, or 7, 6 because of targeting computer and Wizzo. No double time?
Nope.
Because you move backwards?
Yep.
So I got 2 shots at a 6. Unless you have Chameleon or anything like that?
I do not on the sabers. I have anti-infantry. Will that do me any good?
Not in this battle.
Okay.
So 1 hit. So far I've never hit with 2 of my max in the entire game. So +1, that's a 8 versus your armor of
3.
So success minus 5 down to 4 because you have reinforced 1 for some strange reason.
Yep.
And that's a point of damage.
I knew I was gonna have to fight you. I wanted to be tricky.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Okay, I feel like that's it.
Yep. Interesting round.
Yeah, interesting. You start the round off with 2 crits. 2 crits. That's an interesting round for somebody.
Some dice,
yeah.
Dice rolling going.
John ate some lunch and now his dice are hot.
I'm in a lot better mood. I got some energy. Got some tea in me, a little caffeine. Oh. All right, here we go. There you go. I'm gonna bump your car.
Yeah. Good one. What'd you
Still
get?
you.
Still me.
Yeah, but at least I didn't get 2 in a row. Maybe. Well, I guess I wouldn't. So it'll be you and then all me.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to activate my attack squad.
Okay.
Is that really what I want to do? Yeah, almost. Yeah, let's just do the attack squad. All right, so that's this guy, and those 2 guys over there. I mean, I feel kind of like I'm chasing, the squirrel over here with these little guys, but they're dangerous and
They are. If you take them into account, you can deal with them.
Yeah.
The minute you ignore them, it's blood in the water.
And to be honest with you, when I picked this slice of my force out, I didn't really notice they were such light armor.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more of a recon force than that heavy thing over there. I don't really have anything to counter that, and there's no objective for me to go for to kind of play a different style of game. So I think we know how this game is going to end, but you never know. All right, anything's possible. Yeah, see, Darth is here to help me out.
Jack. I'm good. I'm in the middle of a live stream. Can I call you back? One of our neighbors from the north.
Oh, really?
The Great White North.
Nice. All right, so yeah, definitely the attack squad. So the Cobra is gonna he's gonna move and target lock the lead
When you already hit.
Yeah, the one I've already hit, the saber I've already hit. The fullback is going to move and target the one I've already hit.
Okay.
Then I got the 2 tanks. This guy's not in a terrible position, but it's not a fantastic position either. So what he's going to do, he's going to repair,
okay,
and then pop up attack the duelist.
Okay.
Okay. This guy is the one that's the problem. He's slightly out of range, but I don't want to wait.
Yeah, because this is a lot of firepower.
That's a lot of firepower, right? I need
to take.
Yeah, I need to do something. But
That's
the problem
right.
is, there's not a good place. I mean, there's not a good pop-up place for him. I wish this hill were rotated the other way. It would be infinitely better. So
you got a 20 in your pocket?
No, I cashed it in last night, but that's okay. Think about it. And the train's all pointed this way. If it were rotated that way, there'd be more pop-up position.
At least that I can't take the blame for.
Yeah. That's not your fault. There is no rockets, though. All right, so this guy's going to double move. This guy's going to repair and attack the duelist, and I've already declared those guys. Let's start over here this time.
Okay.
I'm going to activate the Cobra. He's going to take his free turn. He's just moving. He's not going to qualify for double time. He's going to have to turn too many times. He's going to move out 2 inches. We'll say. Turn back this way for an inch. Less. Hold it. That's a total of 3. I'm going to go forward just enough to clear that thing right there. That's a total of 7, 8, and he's got 5 inches left. Basically right up there against the... Sorry. Then he target
locks. Are you sure
he
doesn't want to get in front of the fullback?
That is not his intention. Okay. It's this fullback.
Oh, okay.
Right. This fullback is part of the recon squad.
Yes.
So this guy, there's going to be stuff to shoot at the end of this turn. He probably can't make it into these woods to do him any good. So the question becomes in my mind, do I want to double time to about there and have the -2, probably -3 against everybody but those guys? Or do I want to stay back here, take a little bit worse shot, but keep that guy from maneuvering against me, but give up double time to maybe a rush of those guys? I feel like if you rush those guys in, this is going to work out in my favor probably. I've got more firepower in this zone than you do,
right?
And it's going to take that guy a while to maneuver this way. That attack squad is kind of committed to going that way, but maybe not. If they turn around and come this way, I will definitely drive heavy HPGs up into their rear arm. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay out of line of sight,
okay,
which means I need to keep my base. What's his speed?
The Gladiator?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty quick, I think. He's in 8?
He can probably move to there.
For what he is.
So I don't think I can actually keep my base out of his line of sight very effectively.
Thank you very much, Obvious.
Yeah, I'm just going to pop over here like that. I got plenty of movement to make that right. I got 10. That was no more than 5. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stay there and I'm going to take my shot against those guys.
Okay.
Help me out. Careful. 27. What did Hobbyist say? What is?
Like the drop ship.
Oh yeah, the drop ship is that's sexy. All right, John. So far, between my hammer last night and my fullbacks today, no CAV has hit with both of its main weapons all weekend in the same phase.
Okay.
So, what do you think the chances are that I'm going to hit?
Well, let's see. So you have a base that's long range.
Okay.
So you need an 8, and then what's your target? You have targeting computer 1 and Wizzo.
I've got targeting computer 1 and Wizzo, so that's down to a 6. Need a 6. I didn't go through the woods. Did we look at that? Okay, 6. They both hit, John.
All right,
Bless
there you go. That's what you get for talking.
Yeah, seriously, barely hit.
A 6 and 6.
6 and an 8. I mean, with Blaster 2, it'd be nice to get a crit, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Okay. So, I got no, this is a separate activation. So his armor's down a point, maybe?
No, I'm still 3.
Okay, still 3. So, I need it, so that's 0. So 7 versus 3.
Point.
Just a point.
Yep.
And then 8 versus 3 is a 5, down to 4, just a point.
Okay. Now his armor's down.
But not until the end of my activation. All right, so I'm attempting to repair this guy.
Okay.
I need a total of 10, but it's not a 10 plus roll. It's
No.
it's a regular add
it's
all the modifiers.
It's a target point 10.
Okay, so he is damage 2. That puts him at damage control of 3.
So you need a 7 or better.
Yeah, 7 or better. 7 or better. I got an 8.
Okay.
So
So you
repair
go to 1 point.
down to 1 point. That helps me out.
Yeah, because you can never repair.
You never repair that other point.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pop up and take a shot against the
Duelist.
duelist.
Okay.
So it was extreme range last time, 9.
Okay.
So neither one of us moved, so I just need a 9. A 7, I miss. Okay. Now this guy double moves. Takes his free turn, and then 1 turn.
Hopefully everybody's seeing the
Comes
board.
down the hill.
We were kind of in the middle of the best way. We wanted everybody to see as much of it as we moved around without zooming in so close. So kind of happy in the middle. So hopefully everybody's kind of at least seeing where most people, everybody is. And we went for the angle so you could see better through the terrain.
That's not going to work. But he sees that he's not going to make it to where I want him to make it with his movement of 6s. I still, to get over to here behind this little piece of the level 1 cover, I'd have to go up, and that's probably 8 inches right there. That'd be 9 total. So rather than park myself in the middle here to get hammered by those guys, the pilot will just tuck in right there with the last of his. Let me think. Maybe I'll move a little bit further. Where can that guy get? Movement of 7?
Yes.
So he can get to about there. Yeah, I think I can safely cheat my way forward. Is that true? I think I'll be fine right there. All right, so that's the end of his double move.
Okay.
Was that kosher?
Yeah, I'm fine. Again, when you're moving, it's.
I don't have to tell you where I'm
how
going.
You're
Right.
doing. Yeah.
I take the first move and then I realize I'm not going to make it to where I wanted to.
Yeah.
So then I just shut it down.
You can do both moves and do one of them as 3 and the other one is 3. You know,
Okay.
it's you're going to meet your requirement.
All right, that's fine. Time for a card.
Well, it's all me. Your recon rolled or whatever you got left. Roll to the unless you roll one of my cards, but it's going to be.
So you're saying the red card's on the bottom is what
Yes.
you're saying? Okay.
So at any point, if you want to roll
Sure.
one, you can.
I will.
Okay.
Green. No.
Okay.
I'll wait.
All right. Anticipation. Okay. I'm going to move the recon squad.
Okay.
They are going to move it and shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of guessed that much.
At him.
Yep.
So, first guy up front gets to go. And he is at 27. So that's going to put him at long range.
Okay.
So that would be a base of 8.
8, yep.
8's again. That's an 8.
But not enough to damage him? What's the strength of your weapon?
Those are 4s.
I am armor 5.
Okay. So I'm going to need a 9 or better.
A 9 or better.
I think that's all I need.
Like last time.
Okay. He's down 3. What of 8? Boom. Okay. These guys, we're all moving this way. I'm just, as I make the roll,
Sure.
that's where it's going to be. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just gonna roll them all.
I just roll them all. They're all same numbers and
Same colors. You got
yeah,
colors.
I got
Yep.
4.
Okay.
So we need 9s or better to do anything.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Lots of 4s.
Lucky armor.
4s and 5s.
Make your move.
We'll do the return.
Chandler Scott, yeah. Level 1 terrain will hide any level 1 thingy, mostly only vehicles.
If you're within the 1 inch.
Yeah, as long as you're within the 1 inch.
Or from another level 1. Another level 1 can't see through it. If you're behind a level 1 and you're a tank and I'm over here as a tank, we can't see each other.
Yeah, we can't see each other. Yeah.
And everybody but wounded has double time.
Okay.
Okay? That finishes him. Nice, quick, fast activation.
Yep. Who's next? Just asking who's next.
As I flip the card, just waiting for anticipation.
I'm not doing anything with this one.
Okay. Attack squad.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to target lock. Job. So we are going to target lock, and we are going to, which one do we want to do? Target lock the first one.
The damage one?
Yep.
Okay.
Duelist is going to move and shoot him.
Okay. Remember, I'm behind level 1 terrain.
That's the reason I'm moving. The Warhawks are going to double move.
Okay.
So for our move, we are going to go, we're going to make our turn.
His movement is 7.
7.
That's your full move?
Yep. Well, 6 forward and 1 for the elevation. Okay.
Ready to see if you can see me?
Oh, I know I can see you.
How do you know you can see me?
Well, because the left edge of this is right about here, and I'm up 1, so I'm looking over the level 2s.
I think you're right, but only just barely. I mean, if it touched that thing right there, you wouldn't be able to see me, right?
Yeah, but I was relatively sure.
I think you're probably right, but it is extraordinarily close.
It's very close. Okay, so we are going to do a punch.
This is the highest armor thing in my force.
Yeah, so we're gonna salvo fire
okay.
all the light max and hope for an 11 or 12 roll. Should be medium range.
There's a question behind you. Let's look at that real quick.
Yep.
Chandler, even though the opposing CAV unit is taller than level 1, well, first of all, there's direct line of sight from center to center that doesn't cross the terrain I'm behind. But if there was, let's say this piece of terrain was just slightly over this way.
Yes.
He couldn't see me because I'm within an inch of it.
Right.
Okay, so now let's check the range. 96.
It was like 15 or something.
Yeah, you're right, about 16 or 15. Yeah. So it's base 7s?
It would be long range.
It's long, okay.
No, I'm sorry. It's medium range.
Yeah, that's why I said 7.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Base 7.
Okay.
We target locked you.
Okay.
So I have advanced targeting computer 1.
Okay.
So 6.
Okay. And
then a 6 plus 5. Mm-hmm. So I'm rolling against a 1.
So can you actually get better than a 2? I mean, can you roll against better than a 2? I guess that's what I'm saying. So like, let's say hypothetically, you're rolling against a 1, and you roll double ones, you miss. That's a critical failure.
No matter what.
But if you rolled a 3, that would be a success of 2. 2. Yeah. So you can get better than a better to hit number than.
If you get into a negative, it's probably better to add the plus after the roll, so you're not getting weird math for some people. But
roll them dice.
I'm rolling against a 1.
Snake eyes. You rolled doubles twice already. It's time for a snake eye.
How about a 9?
Well, at least it's not a crit.
So that's 8 over.
Okay.
For a total of 12.
So that's 4 over my thingy. I've reinforced 1, 3 over my thingy. I take a point.
Take a point.
There's that point that I just repaired.
Yep. Easy come, easy go.
Yep.
All right. So these guys are going to double move.
Okay.
They have a movement of 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to take him an inch to get out. Will effectively give him 5.
On his first move?
Huh?
What's their base movement?
6.
6. So he's got to he's an inch in the woods, right?
Yeah.
So to get out of the woods requires 2 inches of movement.
Correct.
So he's down to 4.
Sorry. 4.
Yeah, you
4
said 5.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
4,
I just
4.
make sure I was doing the math right.
4 and a turn. All right. Going to do our 4. We're going to do our turn.
Okay.
And then got it. I shouldn't have had to do it.
Just mark the base.
Well, it's by the. It should be by the feet. So this is the front, right?
Okay.
That's I got screwed up on. Two. And that plus the 4.
Okay.
So we're gonna go 2, then the turn.
Okay.
Then that should be fixed in here.
Okay.
Okay. He's going to make the turn now and then spend.
I mean, is he out of it already?
I'm going to go ahead and pay for it because it's.
So the minimum you
it's
can
kind
pay
of-
is
it's kind of
2,
empty.
right? I mean, if you
It's
take
good.
any cost, it's always the minimum is 2,
It's
right?
2, right? So I'm just going to take the 2,
So you get 4 after.
go up the 4,
Okay.
and then
Return.
Okay.
Okay.
And that finishes me.
All right. So now I've got my recon squad. No, you've still got a gladiator.
I have one
right?
more.
I don't care if you move that gladiator. You go
Okay.
right ahead. On second thought, I'll push it.
Okay.
Are you going to pay the favor back?
Sure.
Okay.
Just because you've done it to me? Payback's right now?
Just wait to the last second and call a timeout right before the kicker kicks.
Well, no, I kicked your card already. That's
Oh,
how
you
you
did
got
that
to
already?
the bottom at the very
Oh,
beginning.
that's right.
Yes.
No, in that case, I will go before you.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you had a recon. I was just being
No,
funny. I didn't realize.
No, I kicked you at the beginning.
I didn't realize you had done that. All right. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go for it because this guy is still vulnerable to being shot, I think.
I'll crowd you.
Ba-da. Oh yeah, that's his damage there. So I think what he's going to do.
The only way he can move is that way, right down the
Oh,
line.
that's right, because he's suppressed.
Yes,
So you're saying he can't move to this position right here because it's closer to that guy?
because you're moving to them, closer to them.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it sucks when you got them everywhere.
Let me see what his let me see what his movement is. Damage 4. Movement of 8. Okay. So I guess he will gonna sidle his way back down to here.
Okay.
I think he can probably stand there. So he turns 0, 90 degrees. Walks to there, let's say call that 1, has to turn a little bit more. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll stand there, and he's going to repair.
Okay.
And he loses his suppressed.
Well, he is because he's still suppressed till the end of this activation.
Yeah, but I mean he's
the end. Yeah.
end of his activation.
Yes.
So effectively loses his suppressed. Nothing's going to happen to him in the middle of his own activation. unless he critically fails the repair roll, in which case he'll take a point of damage. He's going to repair now.
Right.
Hopefully. All right. So his repair is 4 at this point. So he needs a total of 10.
6 or better.
Right. Have anything weird? Nope. He failed to repair, but didn't roll a crit. So he's still as damaged as he was. Okay. I guess I should have announced what everybody else was doing.
That's fine.
So these 2 guys and this guy left. Going to do.
It's going well, Tiger. We're just shooting back and forth on each other.
Yeah.
We're little repair going on, a little bit of maneuver. It kind of tightened up on the board a little bit.
Actually, not this guy. This guy. This is the Cobra attached to the recon. Those guys on turn. They have a 10-inch range?
The tanks.
Yeah, the tanks, except the
except
damage
he's an 8.
Right.
Yeah. I don't remember what the theme music was to Rat Patrol.
Man, I haven't seen that in so long. I have not seen that.
I need a little dude right and jump.
Yeah, literally. And there's no.
That one didn't show our age, does it?
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. I wish I could find some.
Yeah,
It's
in
lighter than
this
this
color. Redo the trees.
I wonder sawdust with a little bit of maybe a little bit of brownie.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think there's any shooting to be done with this guy this turn. I can't get to a spot that seems to me like it's worthwhile. Let me check his movement, see if he lost a point of movement. Nope, he's still at 10.
That one should be fine.
Okay. I think what I'm going to have him do, he's going to double move.
Okay.
This is the other Cobra that's in this squad. That Cobra is going to double move. Is that really what I want to do? Yeah, double move. And then the King Cobra, sorry, and then their Cobra. Their Cobra is going to. I don't think he has ECM in his active phase. Always get those guys mixed. Cobra. Yeah, active phase rip. I suppose you can't do it. I keep thinking he is not the ECM guy. He's the active phase rail. I forgot just as I walked over there. So I guess he's gonna double move. Start with this guy to get him out of the way. Trying to trigger double time with my last move. So I'm going to take my forward 1, 2, return. He's got 8 movement left. We'll move forward. Rest of his 8.
How often do woods this far back in the board this late in the
mean
game come
anything.
into thing?
Right, and then he's going to take his second move. And once he hits this, he goes down. He starts paying 2 per, right?
Yes.
So it's 2 inches to get to the front edge, leaves him with a total of 8, and then everything else is 4, right?
Yep.
So he's going to. At 8 left, so he can basically move to take his turn. No, we don't want to take his turn there. Forward 4. Then take his free turn at the very end. Also, he hides his back. So he's got double time, I believe.
Yep. I believe earlier.
And his point of damage comes.
Because he didn't lose any movement with the one.
Maybe somebody standing behind him here in a second. Okay, so he's done. Now this King Cobra, which had the double time last time, gonna free movement. Got a movement of 10, so 1 to come up, and then all the down is free, right? He's got 9 inches of movement left from there. He moves to basically right at the bottom level right here. And then with the second move, costs him basically 4.5 to reach the edge of the woods. And then he's got 4.5, 2.25-ish woods. That.
Okay.
Turn with his return a little bit. I know they block line. He's in his way, but it's okay. Here's what it is. There we go. He's double time, double time. This guy moved and repaired. And I've still got this guy to deal with right there. I think he can get over there. I'm going to leave him in this area to get shot by the gladiator. I guess what I'll do is I'll take my first move, look and see where I am, and then I can decide how to finish my second move. Takes his free turn. Moves forward 7. Let's call it 6. Got to go around this guy's base. 7 to take a little bit of an extra turn. Got 5 left, so he moves 3 to there. 4 to there. Got 1 inch. I think you can make it. If not, got on me. All right, she's going to try and run into the woods. Oh, yeah. So once he hits here, that's 10 inches to get to there. And he's got 3 inches of movement left, so he gets 1.5 inches into the woods, which I can't actually get to because of the trees. So he's in the woods. Takes his turn to look that direction, and he has double time. I think I'm done.
So my lone gladiator is going to move and shoot
the guy. Okay.
Yep. So he is going to back up 4.
Okay.
Maybe. Okay. I'm not still anyway.
If you call that movement, cowardly movement.
I need range. All right.
What do you got?
34.
Okay.
Keeps him in long.
So a base of 8.
And 10, right?
Say again, what?
Did he double time?
Yes.
Okay, so 12s?
So yeah, because there's 2 woods, right?
Okay.
Plus double time.
Yep.
And that's pretty much all he's got. So you need a base of 12. What are we shooting?
2 max, 2 medium guidance.
2. Aren't those MRACs?
MRACs, I'm sorry.
Okay. So what are we rolling right now?
The MRACs. Oh no.
And he has tag?
Tag.
Okay.
Okay, guiding missiles. Oh. Halfway there.
Halfway
Can
there.
I combine?
Sure, why not, Joe? Friendly game, right?
Thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate it. All right. Ready for me to go? You want me to cut it?
Do whatever you want. I trust you. All right.
All righty then.
Hold on a second. I want to try and grab this first movement. Yeah, let's send that to the bottom,
Okay.
just in case. All right, it's on you.
Okay. Attack squad's going to go first.
Okay, that's what I guessed.
Little guy is going to move and then target lock the front tank.
Okay.
Everybody can- So we are going to turn. I'm going to go there. That's not enough to get in this double time. So he's not in front of my war. Okay, then he target locks the tank.
Okay.
All right, the duelist is going to actually, I'm gonna do my war.
Okay.
They are going. He is going to move and shoot.
Okay.
He is going to. I'll get out of the way just a second. Sorry, we battle ended up over here.
You need an advertisement on your back.
Yes, eat it, Joe's. He is going to move and he's just going to move.
Okay.
Do without.
So
I should have done.
move and no action, or
Yeah, he's just going to move before he must
okay.
turn. Okay. So. So we got moves and shoots over here.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got a 6. So that'll let me go 4. We'll take our chance. What do you think?
I don't know. I think you bounced forward. I think you're not going to get to shoot.
Okay.
Okay. It's not by much, but I mean, do you disagree? I mean, it
No,
does,
that's fine.
it does win the
It
thing.
was going to be close.
Okay. Now the duelist.
The duelist.
Okay, go off the edge of the board, right?
I'm not going off.
So if I shake the board just a little bit while you're moving, actually, my guy's more likely to go off the
Yeah,
board.
don't shake. You fall all the way off the table.
Yeah, that guy'd be dead.
He's going to turn.
Yeah.
He's got 7, so he's going to end up
Right there.
somewhere there.
He's got to be able to stand.
He's standing.
Sneeze, John, sneeze.
Don't sneeze.
Well, move so people can see.
Don't sneeze. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving.
John Butt all day long. Or back, I guess, at least. Not Butt. Although somebody might say you're all Butt anyway.
I am definitely all but.
All right.
All right, and we're going to salvo fire.
All of
into
them?
your-
Okay. Just roll some big numbers.
should be
I tell you,
under 12.
just roll your 12 and get it out of the way. That way we don't even figure out the numbers. Just drop 2 dice. Let's see how badly you can destroy this guy.
Okay.
But it is salvo, right?
It's salvo at short range.
Okay. So it's like you need -3 to hit or something, right? Just roll.
Well, it's short range is 6.
Just
okay.
roll. You're going to get a crit.
We can only hope.
What, you need an 11 or 10?
I need 11 or 12.
What did I say? Did I call it? right, let's figure out
Worst
the
case
timing.
is 3 points of damage.
Yeah. All right. So now we got to start out with the whole thing. Right.
And only got a 1.
All right. So
So
you're at a you rolled a
at
13.
12. No, I rolled 11.
Oh, 12,
Makes
right?
12.
Okay. So you needed a base of 6, right?
5.
Well, but a base of 6.
Yes, 6.
Targeting computer 1 down to 5. You don't have
Yep.
Wizzo? Okay, so 0 with your salvo fire. It's just 0?
It's 0.
So now it's a margin of success of 12 plus your weapon strength of
4.
4. So that's a
16.
16 minus my armor of, I've got 2 points. Armor of 7.
Okay.
So down to 9. So you don't get a crit.
Just giggled at it.
And it's reinforced 1, so down to 8.
2 and 8.
Which gets me 2 points of damage, and I'm suppressed. For this token out there, we're trying to remember that that means.
Put it face side up. That way
Okay,
we know
yeah,
that it's
sure.
there.
It actually is
I threw you 2 or 3 of them over there, so.
it's legitimately a suppressed taken.
Okay,
Take
there
note,
you go.
chat, we actually have the right token. All right,
Okay, I
Chandler
think-
took off for dinner. So is your attack squad done?
Yeah, because we moved. He didn't
Okay.
have a shot. He
Sure.
moved and shot. He moved and target locked.
Next card. Jerk! Well, move the gladiator. You know you want
Move
to.
the gladiator.
What's that excellent icon above the image on the screen mean? What's that mean? What's that?
Oh. Oh,
I don't know either.
I don't know. I am excellent.
You're rolling excellent.
It's-
3 crits since we
it's,
came back from lunch.
It's Bill and Ted weekend.
Seriously. Ah, he fell off. That's it. He's out of bounds.
Oh, careful, you're going to get it back.
I didn't touch the table, John.
Okay.
It's like that putt Tiger Woods made years ago where it stopped
Right?
and you could count to 2 and it fell in.
Yeah.
Activate the broadsword.
Now we're going to activate the gladiator and he's going to double move.
Okay.
He's going to use both of his turns.
All right.
Okay. So it's all yours now, unless I roll.
No, you
one.
got a thing on the bottom. Remember, I sent you a
I'm the
card to
last.
the bottom.
Right, but I mean,
Okay,
as far
but I
as.
can just go, is what you're saying.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's do the attack squad. That's certainly going to be fun over here.
Okay.
So that's these 2 guys, the rhino that's by the hill, and this cobra.
Yeah, because actually, in all the grand scope of things,
Yeah,
having the bottom card is what I needed because I need everybody to move
right.
before these guys do anything because they have to react to survive.
Yeah.
I have to see what you're doing rather
yeah,
than you
yeah,
doing what
yeah,
I after I do.
I'm gonna So I think what's going to happen is this cobra is going to. There's no way he's close enough for that. He's going to move and target lock that lead warhawk.
Okay.
Is that really the right thing? Or do I want to reset? I forget he's in their squad. I always forget because they're so far. Which one of those models over there do I want to go out? Which one's the highest TV? Warhawk?
The duelist.
Is he 600 something?
Yeah. That's 639.
He certainly seems to be
529. We're on.
very dangerous, that's for sure.
Well, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier about the weapon loads.
Right.
We're having 6 of those things.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I
it kicks his points up big time.
ran a duelist in the last CAV-CON. I loved him. He was awesome. Do you remember the range that you fired at? It was short, wasn't it?
12. I was right at 12 inches.
12. Okay.
Whenever, I'll let you send him back up there.
Yeah. But I won't mess with him
Fair
right now.
to
I don't want to
where
take a
he
chance.
is,
We
so
just
I
know
don't-
he's at range 12.
Yes.
So if I want to shoot at him without moving, I get range 12, which is medium range for people. Hypothetical question, literally. If this guy were standing right here, does he ignore the level 1 cover?
Yes.
Okay, so
Well,
I don't know.
no,
I couldn't shoot the
I'm trying to
tanks over there.
Well, so I'm trying to remember yeah, no, I think that, well, so I'm trying to remember if you're adjacent to it,
But adjacent means what?
me within an inch and you within an inch of the same piece of cover. So
I don't know.
if it comes up, I can't remember.
I don't think it's going to come up. He'll probably die before this. One of these two guys is going to kill him because he's not going to do enough. Even the two of them together are not going to do enough damage to even take out one of these guys. But we'll see what we can do. I feel like for him, the right thing to do is to repair and then pop up attack. Probably the duelist, because the duelist is the one that can currently see around the cover. It'll make the Warhawk maneuver a little bit more. And then have the other Gauntlet 2 come out and also basically get as close as he can to the duelist and attack the duelist. Even though, so this has come down to a fight where the tanks
are... If it makes any difference, I should have light cover for...
Yeah, that's fine. So I guess what you're saying, so this guy, what kind of armor value does he have? Ooh, actually,
7,
never mind. I'm going to go after this guy because he's giving you an extra card. Maybe I'll get lucky and kill him. I forgot all about that. All right. So in that case, what's going to happen is this guy's going to repair and then pop up attack him.
Okay.
And as soon as I drive out of there, well, I mean, there are two of us to spread the damage around, I guess. Wish there was just a little bit better pop-up cover over, but it is what it is. This guy's going to move forward and attack him.
Well, you're still thinking on that. I need to do a giveaway right
Sure.
quick. So
you want me to wait? Or?
no, you can. I mean, go ahead and figure.
So both of those guys are going to overdrive their PPGs.
Okay.
Then over here on this side, oh yeah. So what's going to happen is the Cobra is going to he's going to target lock the Gladiator and move, and the fullback is going to
We're going to do another game pack. Here's the books. Squad of their choice. Light duty right quick.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
We're going to do another game pack, which is a rule book, a squad, a starting squad of their size, and a deck of cards.
Okay, so for this drawing, we're giving away a starter pack, a game pack. It's a rule book, a squad of your choice, a starter squad of your choice, a deck of cards, and you need to enter hashtag
Game pack 2.
Game pack 2. Game pack PACK 2. Is it all one word?
Yep.
All one word. Game pack 2. Okay. John, this fullback is going to attempt to move down the side here and get a shot against this trailing saber. And the Cobra is going to attempt to basically do the same thing. He's going to try and move and get a shot against the trailing saber. Return. Okay. I changed my mind, John. We're going to concentrate on this gladiator. This guy is going to. Okay. To do what?
This,
The actual giveaway? Okay. You want me to wait? Okay. I'll just wait a minute or two.
I can give them a reminder. Anybody that's getting out or get out.
All right, so in case you missed it, we're having a giveaway right now. Enter hashtag GamePack2, all one word, in the Twitch chat. We're giving away a rulebook, a starter squad of your choice, and a deck of activation cards. While you're at it, if you haven't, give us a follow. We're streaming as much as we can. We're trying to add some more content, maybe a little painting sometime in the near future. You never know, like on a regular basis. So win yourself a starter set and follow the channel.
Even if you've already got one, you can always give it to a friend and
literally.
get them to start playing.
Win it and just literally make your friends smile. Say, hey, I'll give you this right here. All you do is play with me. That explains it. That's why Coyote's not watching. He's running around with his wife. What was he thinking?
All right, here we go. Cthulhu's hot.
Good Lord, he can't win again.
Different price.
Yeah, he's going to have one of everything at this rate. You want me to announce it? Does he already know?
Should be on.
Take a look in the channel. Mubot has told
Cthulhu
us.
is going to get quite the little price.
Seriously. Saving on shipping at least, right?
Yes. Lower lips.
Find out he lives in like northern South Antarctica.
We have 3 more left for today, and at some point there will be a 32mm resonant. Okay.
All right, so I decided to
They're all
reconsider.
worked out.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is this guy, this Cobra is going to move and target lock the Gladiator.
Okay.
The fullback is going to move and attempt to shoot the Gladiator. I think I might be able to get it's a bad shot, but a shot. And then the two gauntlets, the one's going to repair and pop up and attack the Gladiator. The other one is going to move out from his position of relative safety, pop up, or not pop up, you'll just attack the Gladiator. Both of the both of the gauntlets are going to they're going to overdrive their PPGs.
Okay.
All right. So first things, oh, there's my tape measure right there. So the Cobra is going to take his return, and then he's going to basically just move over here behind this thing. He's not going to have double time, but that's a level 3 thing he said, so he's kind of hard to see right there, kind of. Okay. And he target locks the Gladiator.
Gladiator?
That guy right there, that's the Gladiator? Okay, right. So the fullback takes his free turn to go that way. Free. That cost him 1. So he's got 9 left. I'll walk back 3, 4. So now he's got 5 left. 6 left. He'll
4 left.
Oh, yeah, 7 left.
Oh, he's crying. He's going crazy.
He's overdrive. The breeder's overreacting. All right, so he's going to stop there, maybe get a little cover if he gets shot out, and try and engage the Gladiator.
Okay.
I don't want to put that on your model. What do you think? 32?
Yeah.
Matters to me. I don't like people whacking my models with the thing.
So you painted a lot nicer. That's it, my job.
32. So that puts me at long range.
Okay. Long range.
Oh, I know who that is. I figured out who that is. Hulu? I know who that is. He's a Tulsa guy. Or a Tulsa area, I'm not sure. It's the brothers, remember?
Yep.
Yeah, it's those guys. It's one of those guys. I'm not sure which one. All right. So 32 is
I give it all to you. You take it today.
Yeah, that's true. You probably could save yourself a shipping.
Yeah.
So 32 is less than 36, so I'm at long range, which is a base of 8.
Yep.
9 because of the woods that's between us.
Yep.
And then I have TC1 and Wizzo back down to a 7.
Yep.
2 shots at a 7.
Okay.
I need doubles. I need 4 6s.
And actually, you need. Would we end up with 7s?
Yeah.
6s.
Because it's a rear shot.
Rear shot.
All right. So help me understand that. Like anything that comes in behind the front arc.
The 180 back.
So here's his 180. So I'm definitely behind him. Okay.
Yep.
I totally forgot about that, John. I think it's a good change. It makes people maneuver a little bit. All right, so now I need 6s. 1 hit, 1 possible out of ammo. Not out of ammo. I have not had any luck with these heavy mats. So I just hit, so no bonuses. So 7. What's your armor?
Armor 6.
So 1 point of damage. So my Gauntlet 2 is going to attempt to repair. Needs a 9. Let's think about it. Well, already declared. Needs a 9.
The roll is already +1.
Yeah, it's only +1.
Okay.
I just missed it. I got an 8. So no repair. Range of medium.
Yep.
Yep. So that's a 7, right?
Yep.
So 1 shot at a 7. So walk me through the whole overdrive thing. So after I finish firing, well, first of all, if I roll double 1s, is there a check or am I just automatically burned out?
It's an automatic.
All right. So if I roll double 1s on this roll, this gun misses and is out for the game.
Yes.
Okay. If I don't, regardless of whether I hit or not, at the end of the round, I roll
D6.
1d6
for each one, and it's a target number for each one.
Okay.
So in this case, you need to roll a 2 or better. So target is roll a 2.
Okay, so in other words, don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1.
On 1d6.
On 1.
So let's say I had 2 of these things and I was overdriving.
Then don't roll a 1 or a 2.
Okay, but it's still on 1d6.
Yes. And if you had 6.
Did you just announce the duelist with PPGs?
Yeah.
All right. So now back to what I needed to hit. A base of 7. Advanced TC 1. So that's down to a 6. I think that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Down to a 6. Come on, baby. Double ones.
Oops.
John?
All right.
At least we're getting to demonstrate the rules.
For anybody that is asking, wanting to know what just happened, I hate to explain it because I'm not trying to rub it in on him, but
Didn't we just explain it?
well, sort of,
Sort of.
on the back side of it. But he fired his particle bolt gun off of his tank with overdrive and attempted to do double damage and rolled double ones for the to hit, which is an automatic miss and causes the capacitors to explode. So that tank is
It has heavy machine guns.
has heavy machine guns going forward.
So now this guy is going to overdrive his weapon at outside of point blank, but it's in the short range bracket.
Okay.
So he needs a base of 6.
I took.
He needs a 5. Think I can burn this one out too?
I don't know. I hope not, because I'll never hear the end of it.
I got a 10.
Okay.
Okay.
So 5 over.
So 5 over. A strength of 8. So that's a total of 13.
Yep. Armor 6.
So a margin of success of 7. Are you reinforced?
I am not.
So that's 2 points of damage doubled to 4. And you're suppressed in a pilot check at 7. And I'm not going to hit you anymore, so you can take your check.
Okay. That's what those are supposed to do. To hold.
John, first of all, I love this weapon.
Yeah.
I played it a ton, especially because when I first got into the game,
Right.
most of the things I could find for Templars were PPGs. And so I played the hell out of them. I have burned out so many PPGs.
All right. So a 7 or better.
7 or better for your pilot check.
How about a 4?
You are knocked down?
I'm knocked down.
Okay. How many damage tracks does that guy have?
7.
So you're still around next turn. All right. So your card is the bottom card. What were the other prizes? Chandler is asking about other prizes.
We have 3 prizes left to give away. The only one that I have announced is out of those 3, there will be a 32 millimeter resin dictator. The other 2, you'll just have to wait to see.
Okay. So now my, do you have your recon ability left, or did you already use it? You have not used it.
I've not used it.
You could switch if you chose to. You still have your recon ability left.
Yes.
Flip a card.
But, so, all right, so that one is all
that's
done.
all done. Yep.
Okay.
Flip a card. Would you like to use your recon
I
ability?
did not.
Okay. So so I'm gonna activate this recon squad.
Okay.
What that is.
He has not run 3 prizes in a row. He won 2 this morning, and he just won 1 now.
Lucky, lucky.
Yep.
I feel like I still need to. So this guy's going to repair and move closer to the battle.
When there's only 5 or 6 people putting in their deal, you have a 20%
20%
chance of winning. So it's
1 in 5.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So this squad is going to maneuver to try and engage these guys.
Okay.
This fella, which is, I hate to say it, I feel like I have to target him. They're just missing like madmen. So what he's going to do
I think that he won the CAV medals, the special minis, the Circuit and the Horus, and then either a T-shirt or paint or something. I don't remember exactly. I've got it written down somewhere.
So help me out with the edge of the woods thing. Is there a way that I can position so that I get benefit of the woods and you don't? You suffer -1 to hit and I do not?
You have to have over the edge,
right,
with the center still in them.
So if the outer edge of my base is outside the woods, but the center of my base is inside the woods, I gain the benefit of cover and you I don't suffer it for shooting. Okay, that's good to know. So in that case, what's going to happen is these 3 guys are all going to move and shoot. And I get to move them and shoot them individually, right? Mm-hmm. So like this guy will move and shoot, this guy will move and shoot, this guy will move and shoot, right? Okay. So what's going to happen is, think about this first. The King Cobra is going to move and engage this saber.
Okay.
The fullback is going to move and engage the damaged saber.
Okay.
And then the Cobra is going to, I'm going to shoot. What's the armor on this thing? Is it 4? Threes? The Cobra's got a 3. So yeah, he's worth shooting at those guys. He's going to move and shoot the this same saber.
Okay.
So the 2 Cobras are engaging this one. The fullback's going to attempt to engage this one.
Okay.
This guy's going to repair and move towards the battle. Everybody's going to lose their double time tokens. I'll do him first. King Cobra trying to repair. Got a 4. He's got a 4, so I need a 6. 9, so I repair a point. Doesn't have any weird ability. So he goes down to a 3. I should have looked at his speed. Just like walking around the corner. King Cobra, speed 9.
Right, because he's still at the speed of whatever he was at 4.
Okay, is there a rule about how that works? Well, currently. So the repair doesn't take effect until the end of the activation. I didn't know that. I thought it took effect immediately. Okay, so he's going to take his free turn, and he's going to do this little shuffle walk. He can't get double time currently. He's going to move probably only 4, and then he's going to turn an inch for a total of 5. He's going to move 4. He's kind of half here and half there. I'll put him right there and whatever. Okay, so that was him. Then this guy's going to move. He just wants to get his base out here so he can, I don't know how you want to do that. So there I am. I want to claim cover and shoot that guy. Right?
The problem though, from center, your center is going to cover because of the line of sight is coming through this part of it.
So what? Earlier you said I had to have the front of my base out.
But you have to be.
So you want me to face this way? I mean, the tree is the problem, not me. Right? So is that good? You said earlier all I had to do was get the front of my base out.
Right, but from in the line of sight, here the line of sight's coming from the center in it, so it's still coming through the woods. If you were here, all right, and you're drawing a line of sight from, and that'd be over the edge.
Okay, so
if you're drawing a line of sight to me, you're not, the line of sight isn't crossing woods.
As long as the center of my base is over the woods, the line of sight crosses the woods.
From that direction, yes, you have to move up here.
So hypothetically, I'm not trying to be argumentative. Let's say the center of my base is right there, and it's 1 micron inside the woods.
Right.
Okay. The line of sight is drawn from the center of the base.
Right.
So the center of the base is over the woods.
Right, but you're always going to run into that on this when you're shooting from the side.
So what I'm saying is it doesn't matter any direction I shoot, because the line of sight starts at the center, the line of sight from the center crosses some piece of woods.
Right here, I'm just saying, the line of sight can't cross woods.
Okay.
Going from center to center.
I feel like I'm poorly communicating. So let me try and come up with a different way of saying this. Okay. So pretend like this dot right there is the center of my base.
Okay.
No matter what direction I shoot, my line of sight crosses the woods.
No, because if your center is in the woods here, there is no, you're not counting the woods under the base. You're counting the woods that is in between you and me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
So
because when I flip this over and I look down here and I see the center of my base right there,
right.
and I draw any line from there, all lines cross the woods.
No, I mean, okay, all right. Because I'm not explaining it correctly.
Okay.
You do not count the woods underneath your base.
Okay.
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 We're drawing line of sight.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Center.
Because the line of sight, once it leaves my base, still
It's
crosses
crossing
some
some
woods.
woods. Yes.
Okay.
So he could shoot all out here facing this way.
Okay.
How that goes.
So
from where he was located at, the angle came through this side of the woods here. So he's either going to have to move because of this being turned this way.
Right.
He's either going to have to move far enough out and not have the ability to get the woods from there. It's just a bad angle for him being there in the corner.
Okay, that's fine by me.
The center, if you stopped at the center, that line basically becomes your line.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then just let me, I was right here. Let me just move out of the woods double time. It's better than the woods anyway, and I'll shoot you from my new position.
Well, but where you were sitting right there, you're okay, because you're on the line. Because here's the line here from the center of the way you originally were set.
Okay.
See, he's back over here like that.
Show me the legal placement to get the
Okay.
thing I asked for originally.
So if you stop
okay,
and
right
you
there.
have your center on the edge of the woods,
Right.
okay, since that's straight, that's the line. So anybody on this side of that is gonna get that.
Okay.
Then when I draw my line to your center, because your center is still in the woods, you're gonna get the plus.
So basically, my guys can all do this. Like I could park another guy here, hang out of the woods just like that, and do the thing I want. So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Let's go
what
ahead and
got
shoot
you
this guy.
here was because he was back here or kind of further back.
He kind of went this direction.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it came out funny.
Thank you. I think I understand it now. That's 23.
Yep.
So that's long range for him.
Yep.
Which is 8 down to 7 because they have improved range. Correct? No target lock or anything. King Cobra, that's the undamaged one. Only has TC2, so he can't activate that because he doesn't have thingy.
And I have double time.
So that's -2. So I start out at a 8, go down to a 7, and go back up to 9.
Yes.
Need 9s. Need 9s. Let's think about that. Do I want a salvo fire? That would give me a +3. That would bring it back down to a 6. One shot. You've got reinforced 1. I'm almost certainly only going to do 1 point. If I take 4 shots at a 9, I'm going to hit one of them, hopefully. It's still only going to be 1 point of damage. There's a chance I'll spike and hit twice and get 2 points of damage. If I roll the 1 shot at a 6, I'm going to get 1. I'd have to get up to, and you're reinforced.
Yep.
I honestly think it's better to take all 4 shots and hope I get 2 9s.
Well, because if my philosophy is if your damage for that weapon is close to my armor, you're better to do the rolls.
Do the shots?
To do the separate rolls.
Right.
If he was 4 against a 7 armor,
Right.
I would go for the salvo to get the punch.
Okay, so here goes the first 2, and I got 2 more just like this. And I need 9s. So I got 8 and a 10. I got 1 hit, and the other set. No, this is a laser weapon. I can't run out of ammo with a laser weapon. All right, so 1 hit. With a +1. That's a 5. A 5. It's just going to be a point of damage. So then the fullback is going to pull a very similar maneuver. Do whatever it takes to get his nose out of the woods.
Right.
Center in there.
That's one of those when you're on the line, you just say, let's
Okay.
move
Just
to the
declare.
edge and keeping my center
That's
on
fine.
the edge.
And you and the
Yeah.
there's a place in there that works.
Yeah.
Now, if it was right on the edge of your movement, then it was an important game.
Right.
Maybe you sit there.
Yeah,
and
when
think
you got
about it.
extra movement,
Yeah.
you can tweak.
I'm gonna. This guy's targeting the damaged one.
Okay.
Range of 19, so that's medium for him.
For max.
Yeah, medium for him. See if I can hit with 2 of them. So he has a wizard though. So it's a 7 6, 8. So he's 2 shots at an 8. Wait a minute, that guy didn't double time.
No, this guy didn't double.
So it's 6s. Still only 1 hit, but no, I take it back. I crossed the colors of my head. 2 hits. I crossed the colors of my head. All right. So the 8 is going to be +2. That's 9 versus your armor of 3.
No, he's down.
So he's down.
Saber with 3 points of damage has an armor of 2.
So 9 versus 2 is a margin of success of 7, down 1. For your reinforced is 2 damage points and you're suppressed. And then the 7 is 1 step worse than that. It's just 2 damage points.
Okay. That would probably kill. Three, 4, 5.
Yay! Yeah, and then this Cobra is going to hang his nose out and shoot at the same, this one right here.
Okay.
Range of 20, just under 20. So that's medium, so that's 7s, 9s because of your double time. Cobra doesn't have anything to offset that, so 9s. And he has 2 light, I think this is the first time I fired a Cobra. 2 light LVGs, so 2 shots at a 9. I got a 10 and a 7. So
Okay.
1 hit, got a +1, so a total of 4 versus your armor of 3, so that's 1 point. Your turn.
By his damage. Alrighty. My squad's go. This is okay. So we have our 4 little guys.
The repair action doesn't take effect until after the activation, so if I repair from 5 to 6 and I shoot, I'm still on track 5? Repair from 5 to 6? Do you mean from 6 to 5? Chandler?
What are we?
Chandler Scott there, halfway up the page, asking about the order of operation for the repair action. If I repair from 5 to 6... Yeah, so what he really means is, if he's at 6 and he repairs himself to 5 and I shoot, he shoots as if he were on 6, I think is what you said.
Correct. You still are whatever damage, just the same way as you get the benefit of your armor and I shoot you 8 times, it goes back the other way too. You have to, everything goes into effect at the end of the activation.
So yeah, repairs happen at the end of the activation. Yes. So technically, a CAV with 1 damage track left, who critically fumbles his repair roll, gets to activate before he dies.
Well, but if he repaired...
No, he critically fumbled.
Oh.
So he's going to take a point of damage and kill himself.
He's dead. Right there.
Not until the activation's over.
Well,
you
just... Correct, yes.
So he
correct.
gets to act with his measly 1 track of stuff,
yes.
and then he dies.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Don't mean to sound argumentative.
No, you're fine.
I'm excited.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm finally going to kill this popcorn.
all four of these guys are going to move.
Yeah, away
and
run like cowards.
And shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, back up. I know you want to back up.
So we are shooting.
The fullback guy with the 1 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
So he should be straight in.
Remember, the guy in front blocks line of sight, so
I
you
know,
have to go
but I'm
around
going
it.
center to center.
And did it help you out there? I think you're good with the front guy, but the back guys are not going to.
I'm going to be moving.
Okay.
I'll fix it all.
All right.
Okay. So you are within medium range.
Okay.
So that is a base of 6. And then
Don't you mean
7.
7? The medium is
I'm
7.
sorry, 7,
Yeah.
and then 8 for the light woods.
For the light woods, yep.
Yep.
I am fairly lightly armored.
That's a 5.
Okay.
Okay, so and with 2 damage, I am movement 8. So we're going to take our free turn. 1. Okay, so we are going to, we'll do the front one here. So we are going to move, probably already, but I'm going to move 1 inch. Okay?
Okay.
I'll put center off here.
At some point in time, you're going to get line of sight to it. It just means you have to come forward.
Well, yeah, it's just, it's going to affect how I finish my move.
Right.
This should all be 8s.
So this guy right there?
Yes.
That looks good to me.
Yep.
Miss.
No, lots of 5s.
After 3 crits,
So that's
yes,
1.
lots of 5s.
So there's my free one, 2,
Run away.
and he's going to go 8. Okay. He is going to go 2, just double make sure.
Your phone is blowing up.
Okay, so this one, he's an 8.
Yeah, same shot. Does he have line of sight? Does he need to move
I
forward?
moved forward too.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're good. Okay. Miss.
No, but we did get 1 higher.
Yeah. Yeah. Put that in your record.
3, yeah. And then 3.
Those guys look good with that dry brush. I think a little bit more work. Those guys will look just fine.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the last one, we're going to have to do a little different because we've got a guy in front of us. I'll make his turn and then move 3. Okay.
1, just over 20.
That's good.
Okay.
At least 1. Come on, guys.
Nope.
Nope. Actually, now we went down. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 'Alrighty.
All right. Is that the end of the turn?
That's the end of the turn.
Okay. Still everybody has the same number of cards.
Sure.
Yes, just to make sure it's not
Telling
something.
me it's, apocalypse.
Yeah. I guess we were ignoring them for a little. Tiger Wraith was yelling at us too. But I feel like we're caught up at this point.
Maybe, waving. Sorry, dear.
It's a good game. We're having a good time.
Got very, very concentrated there for a moment.
Yeah. Because I couldn't understand the woods thing.
I'm not always,
All right.
but he's got.
Everybody's got double time.
Shuffling.
You spend a lot of time messing with those cards.
Well, I wanted.
Did you ever work in Vegas? Because
No,
I'm beginning to suspect something.
I've spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, all right.
Cut him?
I don't care.
All right.
I trust you, John.
Cut your luck.
If you want to cheat, it's okay with me. I don't mind. All right, you're not going to recon that?
Do what?
You're not going to recon that?
Yes.
All right. Take the next card. I'm going to recon that. Come on, John. It's not that big a deal.
You know though.
What?
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily know that it worked out because since the card goes to the bottom of the deal, that's still the order that it's in. So
I don't know what that means.
Well, I think first turn or second turn when we had the 2 recon cards, and both of us rolled them, and they both went to the bottom. And
Right.
I don't remember which one of us went, but it would be the top of the 2 because the cards are still in that order.
Okay.
So if it comes, I just remember that. Okay.
All right, your turn.
Okay. Well, it needs to say the recon guys are going.
Good. What I wanted you to do. I'm going to get back in your objective and carve my name in the sand.
I'm counting on the big guns on the broadsword to annihilate you coming in.
That's what we're going to. We want rear shots on the broadsword, +1 to hit.
Okay, everybody, these guys are all double moving.
Okay.
So, return and okay, turn. In. Turn. $20. Turn.
All right.
As I leave another little speed bump behind me, like little mice, little droppings.
Is this Car Wars? Are we playing Car Wars?
Car Wars.
Just dropping mines out the back of your unit? Me.
Now it's you.
I'm going to activate this attack squad and try and kill this gladiator.
All right.
All right. I mean, literally, there's not a whole hell of a lot for this guy to do. I guess what I'm going to do here. I'm going to activate the Cobra. Cobra is going to move and trigger his APA-1.
Okay.
I think it's a 1. Pretty sure it's a 1. Yeah, APA-1. I don't know. Is that actually? That's probably, in this case, that's probably not better than ESTing with a target lock. That's probably foolish.
Especially because the APA is going to make you have to move.
Yeah.
And it may control where you're going to go.
Yeah.
Could get you.
So I guess he will. Yeah, he's just a mobile electronics warfare platform. So, all right, so he's going to move and target lock the gladiator.
Okay.
The fullback is going to. No need for him to maneuver that I can see, so he's going to just stand still and fire at the gladiator.
Okay.
The active Gauntlet 2 is going to move up into within point blank range and overdrive his PPG into the gladiator. The Toothless Gauntlet 2, vehicles can't initiate close combat, correct?
They cannot.
Okay. Seems like they should have a ramming option. I mean, I know that opens the game up to weirdness, but it's just the idea that a burned out PPG tank is literally, you can use it to block line of sight a little bit, but that's about it.
In like campaign rules, you have to withdraw.
Yeah.
But the reason we don't put that in there is because it's just like an M1. If an M1 ran out of ammo,
it would just withdraw.
He would just leave.
Yeah.
He's not going to run into. They want to live.
Yeah, almost always.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, there's always the meth crew.
Yeah, seriously.
We had a party last night. We're ready to kill.
So I guess what this guy is going to do is he's going to reposition himself this way,
Okay.
and he's going to damage control. He moved away. He was suppressed, so he'll lose his suppressed. He didn't move any closer. And he's going to try and damage control. We'll just do that real quick. He's got a +1. So he needs a 10.
So he's was suppressed this activation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's -2.
2 for the repair.
So he needs to roll 11?
I don't know what your total numbers are.
1.
Yeah, it's whatever that base.
So he needs an 11.
Okay.
That's probably the right thing. Here we go. He missed. But now he's not suppressed.
He is not suppressed.
This guy is going to move up. Well, I mean, he's got 6 inches of movement. I'm just going to move up to within. I should measure it. Move up to within point blank range and overdrive the PPG into that guy.
Okay.
Got his targeting computers online, so he's short range is a base of 5, 6. Okay. Point blank range is +1, so it takes it down to a 5. The gauntlet has targeting gauntlet. I was pointing at the fullback. Targeting computer of 1, so that takes it down to a 4.
Mm-hmm.
It needs a 4.
It needs a 2.
Because you're knocked down. Needs a 2. All right. Hopefully something really good. An 11. Okay. So I beat the number I needed by 9.
9.
So you add the 9 to my heavy PPG. That's a 17.
Yep.
Where's your armor?
4.
So I beat you by 13. So that's 3 damage points to the defending model, and I get to roll a critical hit.
You overdrived it, so that's 6 points.
I know.
Yeah,
let me enjoy.
He's gone, baby.
Let me enjoy I'm going to roll the critical hit roll anyway. Here's the critical hit. I got a 4. That would be a leg or drive system crippled, move reduced by half. But he takes 6 points of damage in one go. And
yeah, at 11, he is not an 11 DT model.
So
he ain't getting back up.
You lose a green card out of the active deck.
At the end.
At the end of what?
At the end of the
No,
turn.
lose it now, John.
No.
Come on. All right. So obviously the guy over there doesn't shoot because.
Yeah.
But this guy does get to move. He declared that he was going to move. So going to reposition back here. Got 13 inches of movement. Probably plenty. Okay, card.
All right, green. All right. Little guy is going to target lock the tank.
So you're activating the attack squad.
I'm activating the attack squad.
Okay.
Yeah. He is going to target, block the tank.
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet. and move. The Warhawk is going to move and shoot the tank.
Okay.
Following the duelist.
That guy's eliminated. He's out of the bounds.
He's out of the game.
Maybe he was a little further back. He stood up there for a little bit.
No, yeah, he's there till the table got bumped.
Didn't touch the table.
I think it got bumped earlier. How was he at?
I don't know, John. I think you're using magic powers. For those of you who can't see because John's in the way, you can't get this duelist to stand up where it was standing.
We all know it was.
I'm not sure. My memory's a little hazy, John.
He is going to
John, that guy's out of the game. Throwing him out. He's drunk.
sucks.
Maybe you should use washers as bases.
It could be. Agree. He is going to move and attempt to get a shot on the other team.
Surely to goodness he can do that.
Yeah. And then this Warhawk is going to move and shoot that tank.
So this is just me being silly. At some point in time, I don't think there's a base's width between the edge of this rock and the thing.
Well,
so it's okay to skim by there, just yes. Officially. Okay, yes. That's fine by me. In a game, I would say don't worry about it. But right. If somebody were to say, "Hey, you're out of bounds," what happens? The answer is don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, because I mean that's going to be
a little bit.
I think it should go by the center of the base.
Okay, that's fine.
The center stays inside the
as long as the center's inside. Yeah. So
right,
the next time that guy falls off, he's out of here.
So I'm going to go ahead and try to move him and see where we end up.
Okay. This guy's drunk with power or something.
Everything. Okay.
Eventually he's going to be on the broadsword at this rate.
All right, we are going to fire. We're going to shoot all.
You're just going to fire them individually?
All 6.
Okay, that's
there.
right.
Yep.
Looks like probably short range. I don't know. I'm
yes.
sure. Yeah, about 7-ish. So base of 6. No modifiers. Base of 6.
Yeah, because he does not have wisdom.
I've got 3. So all right. So I've got 7 damage tracks. I've got 4 damage on me. The 3rd point kills me. Correct.
When you go, so how many damage?
I've got 4 points on me, and I have 7 damage tracks.
So you'll go 5, 6, 7, 8.
So when I take the 8th point,
right? When you move from the last row to the deal.
Okay, someone 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
7.
So everybody actually gets 1. It's how you want to measure the chart because you start at 0 or
gotcha.
And move it over.
So it takes 4 points of damage to kill this guy.
Yes.
Okay. And your hit number, you got Wizzo?
No Wizzo.
Okay. So straight 6s.
That's all 6s.
You crit?
They're all hits.
Okay.
But
well, he's dead for sure then. Well, what's his strength? What's his strength of the weapon? Is it a 4?
4, I think.
I think my armor is currently a 5.
Yeah, 4.
So you need, so what did you need to hit? You need 6s?
6s.
So you need 7s to do a point of damage to him.
Yeah. So that's not. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 right there.
So he's eliminated.
Without even rolling for the.
Except I'll just leave him there as a ruck mark. He's a ruck mark. Okay.
Yay! We finally killed something.
Good morning, John. You've rolled what, 5 critical hits since we came back from lunch?
Well, that was 6 rolls though.
Yeah.
Odds are saying.
Kruger's idea was to stick a base underneath there just to help him. Yeah, yeah, I'm fine with that. I was trying to ask all the weird questions that could come up in a like a tournament game. You're like, what happens
if I was on a tournament game and I had to rule, somebody brought that up, I'd go by the center of the base.
Yeah, okay.
If the center stays on the board, then I'm.
That's good. All right, that's good to know.
Okay.
So you got the other gauntlet to shoot at. I'm not sure you actually announced what this warlord's going to do.
He was going to move and shoot.
Okay, that's
yeah.
right.
They're do both shoot on him because he target locked him and a move. I should have moved to combat. There was the chance of close combat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go.
That guy's already. Never mind.
No,
he hasn't moved yet.
4 move. And this one is going to have. This is the one that's going to get tricky because I may not make.
Because in reality, I should be like just like away from that guy's base.
Yes.
But I couldn't.
Yeah, that's why I'm moving in, thinking that this is. That's where the marker, that the rec marker would be better, so that we actually placed it. But it's all right.
I mean, so officially, technically, the base is the rec marker, right?
Right.
You place the rec marker wherever the base is.
Wherever he was standing.
Right. So that's why I kind of don't like it when people lay their models over.
Right.
Because I mean, I should realistically be right there.
Yeah. That's fine. We'll stand him up and leave him there so that we know
not
where he's at. Okay, so we're going to take our free turn and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just enough to get up to the we're going to go we'll take our chances.
Sure.
Okay, so you're in within minimum of my guided missiles, so all I can shoot at you are the 2 backs.
Heaven forbid you can only shoot 2 backs.
Only 2 backs. You want to check on the light woods for
just
me?
to see if we got that.
I think I got it, but maybe.
All right, I can't see. So I think that's center to center. Tell me what you see.
It's back and forth.
So your call.
Oh, I thought I was clear by visual.
Then you're clear.
Okay.
It's not a question. If you're clear,
Yeah.
you're clear.
Well, by moving, that's what I was trying to tweak. Because I was trying to miss his base and get the woods, but hopefully it won't matter. If we just roll and it's big numbers.
Yep.
Okay, so it is short range.
So base of 6.
Base of 6.
Target lock.
Yeah, and he's got Wizzo and the targeting computer, so 4s.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
All right. 2 4s. Don't waste anything. 6 and a 7.
Okay.
So the 6 is 2 over. So 2 and 7 are 9.
Okay. 1 point.
Yes, he's armor 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And reinforce 1.
And then the other one will be an 8, so that'll still be another.
So total of 2.
2 points. Okay. Then last Warhawk. Get a little trickier. I don't think I'm even going to try to do it. One, 2, and then our free turn 1.
Yeah.
And then that's going to leave me for 2 more points. And that should,
This guy needs 7s.
right, because you would have the wood. All right. That's a blaster. That's a miss.
So now you've rolled 6 criticals since launch.
So that's a 13.
Okay.
So that's 5 and 7, that's 12.
-8 is 4, -1 is 3. So just 1 point of damage.
Another point.
He's at 3. Okay.
Okay. All right, everybody.
My turn? I got the recon squad left.
Yep.
All right.
I'm sorry. Next. First exploding net has been upgraded.
What? 2 out of 5 stars by Gimli because we've had an exploded mech.
Oh,
All right.
the gladiator exploded.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, that was probably a pretty critical meltdown. Those guys are all double time over there, those tanky tanks.
Yes, the front 3. Back one.
And you have no squads left to activate?
Well, the gladiator. With the
Gladiator's
yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah.
You have no squads
I
left
have a
to
card left. I have nobody to move.
activate. This guy is not double time, nor has he been destroyed.
He did not move.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay.
put that there just
All
to,
right.
it doesn't matter now,
Yeah.
but
Okay. So this guy's gonna repair and attempt to target the lead saber.
okay.
You're in my front arc, I think. Pretty sure. Would you agree?
Yep.
Okay. And this guy is going to move and target lock the lead saber.
Okay.
The fullback is going to move and attempt to get to a spot where he can engage the lead saber. And it's the same thing with the king and cobra. I don't think they're going to be successful, but they might. So you know,
Okay.
they're just going to start here.
Okay.
The target lock's going to go through. There's nothing to prevent that.
Right.
So he'll repair. He's at a 3 now.
Yeah.
Here 5. So as he repairs himself, he gets better at repairing himself until he can't repair himself anymore.
Right, because
That's
he can't
kind of
repair
neat.
the last.
Right. So got a 6, so he repairs himself down to 2 points of damage, but that doesn't apply right now.
Right. He
Still acting
acts
at a
as
3.
for
Okay. And he's going to try and take a shot. They only have a range of 40, so I might be out of range. What do you think, John?
well, 40's on. I don't know that 40. Does 40 get to the center of the base?
Are you at the center of your base?
I am right on top.
Okay, then I am out. All right. Who's that guy? His movement is 13.
It has been. It really turned into a lot. It kind of looked like it was getting ready to turn into a hammer game, and then it turned into maneuver.
This is gonna go forward an inch, 2 inches. How far? Minimum of 2 to drag his butt out of the woods. Is
Well,
that
he's
the
out
rule?
of the woods.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't have to pay any for woods because the front's already out.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's measured by the front. So I guess I'll come forward an inch. And I'll take my free turn, 90 degrees. Still can't cross that even with superior mobility. I will take my 9-inch move right there. And target locking next. Okay. I've still got a movement of 10. My best an about face and drag myself across this. That's a free turn. Turn less than like I can end up in that corner of freezer. And then I've got 9 inches of movement left, so I can move 4.5 inches inside the woods. Move myself to awkward trees right there.
Okay.
And he's going to attempt to shoot at the thingy if he can see the.
Yeah, he can.
Okay, you
because
agree?
that's I checked on him, and he's right on the head. Because all you're worried about is that part.
Where we got 33.5. Okay, so that's long range for him.
Yep.
Under 36, 2 heavy max. There was a target lock, I believe. So that's targeting computer 1 and Wizzo. So 8s, 6s, double time. 10. Or 8.
Goes back to 8.
Right.
And then 9
for
the woods.
9 for the woods. Yeah. 9s. 9 and a 7. So I hit with strength of 7 against the lead guy.
Are those heavy max?
They're heavy max.
Okay, then you should have blaster 2, don't you?
Oh yeah, you're right. 9's a crit.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times I've done that today and not thought about
I
it.
don't think.
All right. Here's my critical. 1. So it's just plus 1. So it's an 8 total versus your armor. It's an 8 total versus your armor. Good. I'm 1 over. 9 was what I needed.
Right.
So I'm 1 over.
Right. So 7 and
7
1
plus 1 is 8 versus your armor of
5, which goes to 4 for reinforced. So I'll take the 1.
Okay. And now the King Cobra attempts to do something very similar. He also only has 10 inches. He's inside. As long as I end up just a smidgen closer than this guy, I'll have the range. So go ahead and take my free turn. And one of my 10 inches moves that. Cool. Okay. And I've got 9 inches left, which is enough to poke out of the front edge of the woods. Good. I don't know, maybe I'm not clear of that guy's place. Let's find out. I think I'm clear of the base. I think I have a shot.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but you got 2 woods.
Okay, that's fine. That's as far as I could get.
Yep.
So 9 for extreme, down to 8 because of improved range.
Yeah.
Targeting computer 2. Okay. So down to 6. 7. No, 9.
9 to 8, 8
9
to 6.
6. Yeah. And now 2 woods and double
7,
time.
8,
10.
9, 10.
So 4 shots at a 10. Oh, is that the best thing? 4 shots at a 10, or I could salvo fire, and I could take 1 shot at a 7. Sounds like a better idea. 1 shot at a 7. How many times am I going to roll a 10? Not very often. I guess I'll just take the 1 shot at a 7. I'll salvo them. At a 6. All right. That's it.
That's it.
How long do you want to play, John? Because I don't feel like I've made enough progress.
Well, I figured we'd go to at least 6 o'clock.
6:30.
Oh, it's
John.
6:30 now.
Yeah.
We spent too much time talking.
Okay.
I
don't think I can win.
I don't think we're to a point to call it for either side.
Well, so here's the deal, right? You have a completely unscathed attack section, and my 2 heavy hitters are toothless
I'm
and
getting ready to finish
dead.
off the tanks.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So, I mean, the fullbacks punch way above their weight, but as soon as you turn your attention on them, they're going to melt.
They're a paper tiger.
Yeah, literally. So it's 6:30 already. Let's just call it. You could be the winner of this one.
No, I think it's too early to call. I think I've got the superior position right now, but I couldn't say that I was going to win.
Those sabers are way harder to kill
because once I get those tanks dead and I get all my guys together, you are getting ready to march into 3, 4, 5, or 6, 8, 10, 14 max, and I'm going to keep you at long and extreme range and just try to wear the shit out of you.
That's why your force has better armor and better firepower than mine. This is really a scenario. This force that I picked should play objective. Their goal should be to win on
or a
objectives.
city. They would be a very, very, at least the Cobras and the King Cobras in town. The fullbacks.
They're still pretty fast, but yeah.
The
Nonetheless.
problem, Max gets you in trouble quick in town.
Why?
Well, because of all the things, all the stuff getting in the way, and generally these guys are in your face pretty quick. So I'm not saying that they are. If you can get, I don't remember there at Tulsa when they were playing with, or when we were there at Team Covenant, they got in the streets and they got behind the barricades and were just shooting back and forth.
Right.
Max are great there.
Right.
So,
All right.
okay.
Good enough.
So that's where we're gonna call it for now, since we kind of are still going and shooting and blasting. That'll give me a chance to give some prizes away. Then we'll move over and goof off for a little bit till 8 o'clock, and then we're going to end the stream at 8. I enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean,
good. I feel like if we did this 2 or 3 more times, I'd get to the point where I had all the basic rules down pat. I mean, I know the rules kind of. It's just the little minutia, like things with the woods and. Like
I think one of the things that slowed down was our circle. It's hard.
There's so much equipment
we're
around
moving, to have to get around stuff, right?
Well, I mean,
being where I needed to be rather than always having to walk back around. So.
And I like the fact the game wasn't just like who can outgun the other in the center of the table.
Yeah. No, it was a very good game. I
think if it had some objectives for me to try and squat on, maybe it might have been helpful for me. Like in a CAV-CON tournament scenario, right? I mean, I would get into your deployment zone. You might get into mine. I mean, by now they'd be calling time, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and objectives is always going to change the nuance of what you're doing. So. But that's why we're working on the campaign. Right. We haven't really done a lot of campaign stuff since we're spending more time showing concepts and stuff.
Right.
I'm sorry. I think I could have done a close combat.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So hopefully we'll get that tomorrow. We'll show some rockets. Yes. Yeah, everything that happens goes in unless it specifically states that it's an instantaneous deal, but everything repairs, damage, everything moves to the end. Because that kind of defeats the purpose of you damaging somebody the turn before and then repair at the beginning, and at least they should have to suffer it for a turn.
Hulu's got a question there about moving quads.
If you don't have a base, as long as when you are moving, that you maneuver from the same point. So if you want to use the front of the feet, move and measure that. And it's not something that you necessarily have to declare. It's just, make sure it comes up. And in a tournament game or whatever, I would probably at the beginning of the game recommend for you to say, I'm on this quad, he's not got a base, I'm using the front of his feet for his direction and for his your movement point. Yeah. Just so if it comes up and it doesn't, it'll give you a chance to.
Yeah. As long as you're consistent and
yes,
measure it from the back if you want. As long as you're consistent, it doesn't matter. The movement's going to be legal and accurate.
Right.
RPG.
And in all reality, there's no difference between the movement and what you could figure from the center if that's the way you wanted to move.
Right.
But for movement, it's a mute point. As long as you're using a consistent point, it doesn't matter where you measure from.
I'd like to respond to RPG Dungeon Dallas. Okay.
Since I sound like a broken record, might as well.
This is a family show, so I can't tell you what I really think about your request. Get in line is probably the most polite thing I can say. Smiley face. I'd love for us to all have one. But seriously, I've been asking for this thing since you first showed it.
I would say within 99% certainty, in the next 60 days, there will be an opportunity for you to some way get a drop ship.
Yeah.
You hear it here. A Saturday night announcement, 60 days, there will be a way to get a drop ship.
So
One
now-
way, I'm not saying which way it is, but there will be a way.
Cut off your head, send it
Yes.
to Talon Games.
Yeah.
No.
Your firstborn kidney.
So John, just to be specific,
Yes.
we know that all the factions have dropship. So when
Yes.
you say to get a dropship, you mean the broadsword.
For now, just the broadsword. We do intend, once we know how we are going to do this dropship, we will start on dropships for all the factions.
So Chandler, I mean, the dropship that's on the table is, as far as I know, the only dropship that's actually in the game anymore.
We will never do a dropship that's not at scale.
I mean, there used to be in the older version of the rules, there were things that were called dropships.
I don't think so. I don't think they ever had dropships. I think every aircraft in there was considered an aircraft.
Do you remember those weird Strato, the big
Now,
Strato things I bought?
I do. I do take that back. They did. The guys did the foam core model that you can actually. No, it's not a Badger. It's a. It's not in the game. It was they came up with the design themselves, and there is a link. I think it's on the download page for you to go to the file. They did it as a PDF, and it's set up so you can cut it out on. You print it out on paper and lay it out on foam core, MDF, whatever you want to do.
So I think maybe what certainly what I'm talking about, maybe what Chandler is referring to is on page 120 of the rule book.
There's
an essay called dropship, and
which,
so some aircraft could
carry a CAV. That's what they used it in the game.
So
was
technically, there
transport.
was a dropship that was not to scale.
That didn't drop. It flew through the air.
Yeah, whatever it did.
Yeah.
So not to finish this up, because there's one more follow-up question I want to.
Okay.
How many do they seat in are their cup holders? Yeah. Do they serve alcohol in the first class section? Do you have the STL files for any of the other drops? Remember, you owe us a question.
Yes. Are they set to be able to print like this? No.
Not yet, but
No.
there's
That will
progress.
form the base of what we do from here.
Okay.
Just like this, we had the file for the original this ship.
So, I mean, originally this is the Czar, right?
Right.
There's not a Czar up here. There's a Czar downstairs.
It's down in the other cases.
I have two of them. So originally this was for those of you who are a little bit newer, there was a model about this big that looked exactly like this. It was about that long. It was called a Czar. I think it was a Bach or something.
No, it's Templar.
Was it Templar?
It was Templar.
Okay. So this model exists in the old metals at about that scale.
Yeah.
There are other models that were similar for other factions. Some of those are over there. Are any of those patterns the other dropships?
I think there's one or two of them.
But
see, in the original game, this was a personnel carrier.
yeah.
So I mean, that's all it carried was infantry.
This thing. This one shows up.
Yeah.
So this is not the same model. I hope you can see this well. So here's a thing that was basically the Czar was roughly this size, roughly. So I'm really hoping this is a dropship for
I don't
somebody.
remember which one that is.
God, I hope this is a dropship for somebody. I think that is a beefy boy. And it looks fantastic.
It is. It may not be assigned yet,
Yeah.
but it will become a drop. Anything that was so unairworthy
Yeah.
but big
Yeah.
became a drop ship.
Sweet. Hopefully we'll get this one at some point in time. I think that looks pretty sweet. Probably nobody can see.
I would imagine that those back wings will be.
Yeah. Anyway, there's some sweet old models.
I was trying to think what they called that. Does anybody remember what that drop ship was that they made out of foam core? I need to get a hold of the guy. I had the guy's email that originally did that,
It did that, yeah.
because it would not be, it's set up to, you could do it in MDF easy. And it would be nice to, I mean, I can make them, but I can't sell them.
Right, because you
So,
don't own
right,
it.
because I don't own it, because there's no, they designed it, everything.
Right.
But if you have the ability to do it, if you have the ability to cut it out of, because I think that's how they originally made it, is there's two sets of plans on there. There's just the outlines, and then there's plans that have all the panel lines and everything, and you can print it out and glue it on foam core, and then cut it out and put it all together. But I'm pretty sure that's on I'll look in just a minute, but I'm pretty sure it's on our downloads page. If it's not, it is on the Reaper CAV forums. I think I even might have pinned it. So anyway, give us a couple of minutes to reset back to the table, and we will be right back, and we'll give some prizes away. All right, we should be back going. Here we are. Oh, there was signal. We were just changing cameras. So I hope everybody enjoyed the battle. Okay, so we've got two prizes that we need to give away before the final one. So let us do, let's see, what do we got left to do today? Well, let's do another swag. We will get this up and running here in just a second. This is a sticker pack, a lanyard, convention badge holder, stick some labels, just all kinds of stuff with CAV branding on it. It did get pretty vicious. I got myself in trouble at the beginning and I slowly pushed myself back out. Okay, so swag 2. If you want a swag pack, now is the time to get in. Then we'll do the other hour one here in 15 minutes or so, and then in about 45 minutes we'll do the last one. And yes, if you haven't guessed by now, the last one for the day is going to be the dictator. So you have to stay and wait. Tricky how that worked out. Tricky, tricky, tricky.
I love that terrain. That's a good combination. That pyramid is just an eye catcher.
I love it 10 times better on that map.
You're right.
With the more yellow, it gives it the more desert rather than the tannier color. So, and there's that big, it normally sits on that great big hill with the doors and everything like that.
I wonder, John, could you not just airbrush and paint that grass kind of the other way, Brad?
I've tried, and it's just
soaks it up.
I just can't get it. I've tried. I've actually took and went and got paint color matched, and by the time it was all done, I could not get it to match.
It is a really light yellowy.
Yes, I've tried at least a dozen times. I don't know how much stuff I have thrown away trying to get that
Trying to match that.
Yeah.
All right. Let me throw another solution at you.
Oh.
Buy another mat. Cut it up. Buy another mat and cut it up.
Well,
how bad do you want it,
for
John?
for the trees, it might not be such a bad thing, but it'd be hard to make it look right on the hills because you have that black foam edge around it. I think it would look okay with the trees. There was a company called Egg something out of Washington, Broken Egg. Yeah. That's all they did was terrain pieces printed on thinner stuff. I've got some of the tree ones that they did that are super cool because they're all looking at trees from the top. And so you lay that down and then put those single trees on it to give it 3D dimension. Nice. And it looks really nice, but it is not cheap. I bought 4 of them, 6 of them at Adepticon a couple of years ago, and I'm pretty sure it cost me $40. So with the way I need terrain and build that, I was like,
I'm just saying, John.
Yeah.
If you know what you want it bad enough, you just do it.
One thing that I've yet to try, and that's the reason I brought it up, is Luke, the guy that does the train out of England that sells some of his stuff over here now. He makes all his flocking from sawdust. And what they do is they go get virgin sawdust and they sift it out. So they get the finest of the fine, and then he mixes his colors in it, sifts it again, and you get super fine flocking. And I'm wondering if I cannot, since sawdust is basically the color I'm after, and that's what I was talking about, if I mix just the watered down brown or a little bit of brown ink in it, just to give it a little bit of, it'd have to be light. If you get too heavy, you're back to having this color stuff. But I also think that it would be easier to paint, because I think that if you, once it's sealed, see, even this, even when you paint it over it, it still likes to soak.
So what you're looking to do is duplicate that, just the color.
Yes.
Right? But you need like a swirling variety.
Yes. And that could be the other way to do it. It could be is to make sawdust and with that color and add it to so there and do another sawdust with another shade down of brown and then mix the two together. Or predominant do like I do with the green and the brown on the stuff is sprinkle a little brown and then do the rest of it in yellow to give it some. So I haven't given up yet. I'm going to keep trying.
So you could color match the colors with an airbrush and the pattern with an airbrush.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't grassy look to it.
Right.
It's just painted styrofoam.
Right. Oh yeah, if I just wanted to paint it, I could paint it and match it. But then it doesn't have any texture. I don't like texture. The only reason I like the broken egg stuff is because it still has texture to it. It's not the same kind, but at least it just doesn't look like a mirror. So, okay, we're getting ready to close this up and do our drawing. Whatever, Cthulhu, do not win this again. You're going to get me in trouble.
Hey, Cthulhu, I'll just go and win something else. I'll bring them all to you. We can meet and I'll give you your prizes. Honest.
Woohoo! We have a new winner. Imagine that.
That's still Cthulhu. It's just this guy's actually Cthulhu.
He's probably got everything I'm going to send him. But...
Absolutely. 11 times.
Oh. So Chandler Scott wins one.
Only if he claims it. Oh, you already claimed it. The dragon strikes.
Maybe you can get a hold of Cthulhu and trade out.
I'll tell you what, I don't mind having another one of those dictators. That's interesting. Really, Tiger? I would have guessed you would have had one. Can you do a squad of the big taters now, Mr. Dragon?
Oh, I'm here to talk and answer questions now and watch you pay.
Are you wore out, John?
Well, we got an hour and 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So by the time I start anything up, it's going to be, I've got to do another giveaway here in about 15 minutes. And then the last one at the end of the hour for the big dick. Do not put anything bad to that. That is a perfectly good, nice family name. The game, it went well. We had decided we probably were not going to get to a point to know who was going to win, but we felt that because it really had turned into a lot of maneuver. But he killed my gladiator and two sabers, and I killed one gauntlet, and had the other one in big trouble.
Probably going to kill that one too. How many points is your gladiator?
He's cheap, like 400 and something.
So 300 for the two sabers, 400 for the gladiator, 644 for the two gauntlets. You're pretty close.
My main thing I was happy about is the fact that I got myself in trouble at the beginning and I kind of pulled myself out a little bit. So I was happy about that. Good night, Krugeran. Thank you for stopping by. Oh. I have, we've drawn it up paper-wise. We have not started modeling it yet. The main reason that it even started getting drawn up was because I built the big 3-foot tall one, and we left the room in it to put a cockpit in it. So I think we figured out like the 4-inch tall minis would be scaled for it.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
The giant one is scaled. Chris, what was that? It was 1/12, wasn't it? Yeah.
You go get the gun for it to show it off?
I'm going to try to get it in the morning together. I had really wanted to get it done and painted it, but I didn't want to rush it because it's a one-shot pony. I'm not ready to print another one up.
Come on now.
I mean, we printed for 2 months on that thing.
Just to try and get it. How much wire or film or line or whatever that stuff is called? Filament?
I think what'd we use, Chris? 6 rolls? I mean, we threw away as much of what we printed.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
it was, hey.
None of the pieces were salvageable?
It was a typical, no, it was a typical John Walker TALON Games project. Is let's get brand new 3D printers, and rather than make little squares for a while, figure it out, let's print a 1/12 dictator model.
Sure.
It was about 6 rolls. There is, we might have a rock mini, a guy that we could scale up. We'll see. The good thing about him is if you could find a 4-inch, some kind of a pilot or something with a helmet.
It's clearly a captured dictator, and it's Dana Murphy.
Dana Murphy.
That's piloting.
Yes. The red spade dictator. We were actually going to try to name our MooBot today, Dana Murphy, and
turns out it costs money.
Yeah, they wanted $50 a month for me to change the name, and I'm like, I think we'll pass on that. Yeah, I think there's enough model kits out there. It'd be easy to. That's one of the things we had discussed. I think there's actually cockpits on Thingiverse that I could print out too. So I know that there's X-wing and cockpits and A-wing and stuff like that too. So I'm all about easy.
Says the guy decided to print a
1/12 for his very first project with Weed Whacker 3D printers. Everybody else has all these fancy names for them. The stuff that goes on them looks like weed eater cord. So as I call them, Weed Whacker printers. I can't, what are they, like FMAs or FR, whatever that, I don't know. I just call them Weed Whackers.
No, the resin printers take pellets or liquid?
No, they're liquid. Yeah, liquid resin that UV cures. Speaking of something that I have been seeing showing up on a lot of the model, is you can buy UV resin, and they make those little UV lights now. And use that for filler, for making water, for bases. You just put the resin where you want it, and if you're going thick, you do it in layers, and you use that UV light right quick to cure it, and you just keep building up and filling in. Really? I've seen some really cool things on the scale model stuff. Some really cool water effects, for sure.
I watched an old school train modeler the other day build like a really long coastline,
right?
With like a wall, so there's a road right next to it. Anyway, he built up his whole coastline with toilet paper.
That's what I
glue.
use. Yeah, toilet paper.
It looked great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I put that video up on my YouTube watch list. It's a guy from Sweden. Is that the one you watched? Yeah.
One.
when I saw him do it, I'm like, that's the way I do
Yeah.
water. And I was like, but he had such a great video. I was like,
Yeah,
I put it
it's
up on the
fantastic.
watch list. Yeah.
Did you? Here's the thing that struck me, and this is a train modeler thing in general. This guy did like A+ work, like doing the water, right?
Right.
And then he parked this aquarium boat on top of it that
Yeah.
was barely painted, and
Yeah.
you know, like it had one eye on the guy this big, one eye on the other.
Well, he's a terrain guy, you know, and I guess the model and stuff, that's his
I just
Achilles heel.
It's the equivalent of driving a Lamborghini and I don't know, putting regular in it.
What's the latest on the big Starhawk? I know we are getting ready to print one out. I don't know yet how we're going to produce it. We've talked to, we may use Trenchworks again. I've talked to a couple of other companies. We may do it in-house. I haven't decided yet.
Is the volume on those low enough you could just do them to order?
Yeah. Well, if we had the molds, we could do 4 or 5 of them at a time if we needed to.
You're talking about in the new process?
No,
about over there.
No, I'm talking about with like the poured resin. Well, we would do.
I've not seen those.
Well, with rubber. Well, like the Dictator, the one that we've got, the big Dictator.
The Trenchworks did those.
Yes, that's poured resin.
It's just regular, like
it's just poured silicone molds, and you pour resin in it,
really?
and vacuum it, and pressure it.
Okay.
It cures. Yeah.
You think the price point would be similar to the Dictator?
If we did them ourselves, probably cheaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I definitely want one. Just let me know when they're for sale.
Yeah. Oh. 7 o'clock. 1 hour left
1
for
hour.
today. What other questions? What other things that can I answer for you? Was there anything from the game that I can explain a little better or go back over? I see something come up. Hell, not being able to see.
What's the latest
Same
one? Yeah,
question.
it's
I
the same
thought
question.
another one came up.
So next year, let's assume that all the COVID stuff is done.
Yeah.
What part of the year is virtual CAV-CON in?
I'm thinking March.
So spring, late spring?
Or yeah, towards the first of the year, and then do the physical one towards the end.
Okay. If you had to guess right now, you think it would still coincide with ReaperCon, the physical one? Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
I mean, we're really looking at starting to move around and
Let other places host it.
get other places to host it, and also be more game convention oriented.
Right. So if that's the case, then the original answer's got to change, right? Because you're not going to, let's say you went with Adepticon for whatever reason. That's an early spring convention.
Yeah, it won't be a big show that we'll
I know
go
it won't.
to, right?
But I guess what I'm saying is if you want to float physical CAV-CON, you're going to have to just make a 180-degree turn to place virtual CAV-CON, basically.
Right. Well, probably for next year, we would probably only look at shows towards the end of after June to attach, at least for next year, and then if we can get far enough ahead, then the next year we can figure out. Because if we know by June rather than September, then we can switch if we needed to, depending on the show.
We could have a convention over by Tiger, or we could have one out by Gunner.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not gonna try to go for a Gen Con or an Origins or something like that. It's gonna be more of like a NashCon or Little Wars, or something like that, and probably try to go more east to get to a bigger concentration of gamers. You know, we went to Origins 2 years ago, I think, 3 years ago. And of course, I've been to Origin. I can't even remember how many times I've been there when I worked for Reaper and everything like that. A lot of problems, and it's not got better. And when we went a couple of years ago, I'll tell you the obviously I expect to pay for my booth, and since I'm selling and making money.
I've heard this story.
Yeah, but we were coming in with our own game masters to set up events throughout the show. And so you as a GM, you can sign up, you run a show, they sell tickets for it. You run enough, you get your badge, whatever they do. But they charged us for our game tables and then told us how many people that we had to have and then charged people for tickets. And collecting double for stuff did not go over well with me. So if you're going to make me pay for gaming space, then A, I need to have it for the whole show and let me do with it what I want to do with it. Or if you're going to give me gaming space like you do any other GM, then charge $2 a ticket. I'm okay with that. If I want to run free demos, I'll put it in my booth. So that's my problem with Origins. And then Gen Con is not a wargaming show anymore. They have lost their way. CAV Racing, hopefully we'll have another one next week. We're now that we've got channel points worked out, that's one of the things that we're looking at in order to where you guys can use your channel points to dictate attacks, things like that. So we'll work. I don't know if we'll have it already settled up by Wednesday, but we'll get close. If it won't be, well, I mean, we'll have some kind of CAV race. Whether it'll be the final form, I don't know yet, or a better form.
The dry brush over there I can use?
This is the one that I used yesterday.
Okay, if I use this one?
You what?
Okay, if I dry brush with this one?
Yeah, that one's probably done for. I have a bad habit of using expensive brushes for dry brushes.
There's a lot about you.
I know. Especially when you can go buy them damn makeup brushes for bags for nothing. Those are great.
You see what James Waffle paints with? Junk.
Yeah.
Like 50 for $10.
Oh yeah.
And he paints the best. He's ridiculous.
No, a brush is a paintbrush. I don't care what anybody says. The difference between a good brush and a cheap brush is the time they last.
Yeah.
But if you take care of bad brushes, they last for enough time.
Gimli made a comment about Origins.
Yes, they did that to us 2 years ago at Origins, and I pretty much told them then that I wouldn't come back. So, not for what they charge us and then do that. It just didn't go over well. When I've got little shows, medium shows that treat you like a king. Of course, I just now realized I was supposed to send a coupon out for virtual Little Wars that they're doing later in the year for their vendor room, and I forgot.
Virtual vendor room?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They've always taken care of us. I forgot. I told them I'd have it to them this week, and here we are on Saturday. I may try to get it set tomorrow night, get them straightened out. yeah, I mean, it's all about the dealer's room. It's not about gaming anymore. And if you're not, and with their emphasis on what they do and the fact that you have a huge game company that owns that convention, it's rough if you're not on the in crowd. Um, you know, we were we got contacted the last 2 years by CAV-CON that I've heard a lot of good things about. I think NashCon would be a good one to attach it to. I don't think that the Tulsa and the Oklahoma City shows are developed enough to do it.
Not yet.
Yeah, and I won't do SoonerCon again. So
It's just too bad because Warlords and you seem like a good fit in terms of your customer base,
right?
So,
but I think this was their first year to go because they weren't there last year when I went.
Warlord?
Yeah, we were
there. I know the guy. He wears a kilt all the time.
No, I know him too, but John. But
he
I
was
don't.
there 100%. I spoke to
well,
him. He showed me.
He was there running games. They were not. They did not have a booth there.
All right. I can't argue that point with you. I'm not sure if
they were or not. Because the only gaming booth in there was a store.
Because they combined. So Warlords used to do their own con, Twisted
Lords,
and it became Twisted Lords Con.
Right.
And so they obviously there's minutia there I don't understand.
Okay.
All I knew is that guy was there.
Yes, he was there. I do remember him there.
He was selling. There was a booth that had his product in it with him behind the booth. Whether he was there officially or not, there was bolt action product. I bought bolt actions. You and I bought stuff side by side. That was actually the guy next door to him. The guy that had the discount, but he couldn't post the flyer about it. Remember?
But that's not SoonerCon.
That wasn't SoonerCon?
No,
what was
that was Twisted Lords.
I thought they were the same thing.
No.
Oh, SoonerCon's the cosplay con.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. Like, what the hell is he talking about? I went from that place one end to the other.
You're right. There was absolutely no Warlords at that convention.
Yeah, we were the only game company there, and there was one game store that had, the high end, the low hanging fruit in their booth.
Yeah.
Everything else was cosplay and art.
And I don't have anything against cosplay, but it was there was a company there selling sewing machines.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
Yeah. and nothing bad happened at SoonerCon. I'm sorry if that came across as I'm not digging on them or anything like that. We went to the show. We had lots of people come through the demos. We did paint and take, which is always a big hit, and it was even bigger at that one. We end up kind of being babysitters a lot, but that's okay. You got to get them started somewhere. But the gaming was what there was very RPG orientated, and then everything else was secondary to the cosplay and the art.
Cosplay was top notch.
Yeah, but it's not a gaming convention. It's not. We didn't do a booth there because they were actually sold out of booths, so we couldn't get one. And but I'm glad I didn't spend the money on it because we would not have sold anything in there. Not to make it worth it for what they wanted.
See, to me, that's called spot the company.
Twisted Lords was the con that someone got a katana to give away. Oh yeah, that was the Captain Ed printed it up as a prize, and no. SoonerCon was the convention that Captain Ed did the
You painted up
to
a-
give away, right? Yeah. And I don't know, something happened. Oh no, it was Twisted Lords. That's what it was, because the demo people. Yeah, it was Twisted Lords, but there was a problem, and so I talked to Captain Ed, and we kept the mini for display. Yeah, I'm back on target here. Okay, we are going to do our next to our last giveaway as I continue to get myself in trouble here. Sure. Saying things I probably shouldn't say, but that's, if I can't get my mouth to get me in trouble, it's no fun. All right. Okay, so for our next prize, we're going to do another game pack. Rule book, squad of your choice, and a deck of cards. Good luck. Racers, start your engines. Get that Cthulhu trying to get in on the action again.
Mm-hmm. He's got your number, John.
Hey, with all the stuff, I expect Cthulhu, with all the stuff that you're getting, that you bring at least 2 new players into the game. That is your mission. 2 new players for Cthulhu. He has. He's won 3 of the 10 so far. Now that's really not like, because giving the game packs away, like I said, either you don't play the game or haven't started in it yet, and here's a perfect opportunity to get into it,
right.
Or you've already got it and you're trying to find people to play. I would be hard pressed if a friend of me came and gave me $60 or $70 worth of stuff and I didn't at least play once. That'd be rough. I'm not that kind of guy. If you got a friend like that, he's probably not the friend you want. There's some sage 50-year-old advice.
There you go.
That's what I tell my kids. Exactly. Friends don't let friends go to war alone. Did you watch 1917?
Yes.
Great show.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't know what made me think. I guess the Friends. Yeah. I love that show. Yeah.
When I was an undergraduate, I took I needed a history class, and the only one that was available was a graduate level history class that only covered World War I. All the guy talked about the entire time. It was fantastic.
Yes.
And so ever since then, I've had a fascination with World War I that I know more about it than I probably should.
You got to watch out for the girls. They are bloodthirsty. They trick you. They sneaky.
They sneak a
sneaky.
Sneak a TM out onto the board.
Yes. Hey, what the hell? We're playing a 500-point game. You got 3,000 points worth of stuff out there. What's up?
Chandler, you out there? You know what I'm talking about?
Speaking of CAV-CON.
Yeah. Actually, that was CAV-CON. She did that by accident. But halfway through the game, they realized there was an extra TM out on the board.
Yeah. Well, she did it at CAV-CON too.
Did she? Okay.
Yeah, when y'all set that board up back there and pick stuff.
She had too much stuff.
She had too much stuff. They're all. It's all right.
So Lottie Lemming, Teresa, she's being really careful during the whole COVID thing due to her health. She's doing well, but has to be super cautious.
We all are, to the best of our ability. She should. She ought to at least check in and talk to us a little. I mean, send her a text.
I don't know that they do.
Time to start. Support your TALON games.
I'll send her a message when we get out.
Yeah. All right, let's close this one up and we'll get ready for the big one here in a little bit. All right, if I see Cthulhu, we're going offline. Just be ready.
That's probably true for most people.
Well, I guess I should draw now.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah. There we go. I think he won something yesterday, so that's even better. Yeah, he won a T-shirt yesterday, so that's a good one to go along with that.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll see it here in a moment and type in his exclamation mark claim. Yeah, we'll start getting everybody sorted out over at the end of the show and get everything that we need from the people that need it. There you go. It has been claimed. Woo!
Show everybody what a big dictator looks like.
The resin one? We've got one up
is right
here,
over
don't
there.
we?
You want me to go get it?
I'll go get it.
Okay.
You're busy painting. I think you can even see him right here if it's. In case you have not seen the big resin dictator, he's showing up there. There he is. That is him. He has won 56 scale. It does not come painted.
The pillager comes up to his
Yeah,
kneecap, maybe?
kneecap. But this is the mini me big dick, since we have the other one now. I'm putting a T on the end of that. Is it silent? Is it not coming out?
John, I think I know what you mean.
Our own Todd Farnholtz painted that
Master
for
Guns.
us. Master Guns. I think I got one here somewhere. The normal size.
Yeah, there's a red one right across the way. It is a very it's a great model, and it's a fantastic paint job.
And for a little self-promotion, if you don't win one, they are for sale at TALON.games at our store, and they are on sale. I think they are 20% off or whatever. That would also qualify you for the minimum purchase to get the free minis. Stickers, candy, paint sample.
Candy.
Yeah. $80 gets you a bunch of stuff. And a resin mini me big dick. It's pretty good hard resin. He holds up to handling quite well, especially if he was glued together. This one's got magnets in it, but.
Trudeau. I think he just said he was going to win it.
Did he?
Yep.
In the words of my nephew, I need that for my room. He may have to fight his nephew for it. You can tell it's getting the end of the day for everybody.
Everybody's ready for dinner.
Everybody's ready to be bad.
Yep. But me, I'm painting. I don't know about you.
We will start again tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and we are going tomorrow until 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So another good 8 hours tomorrow, and more prizes, and we'll try to have some new stuff tomorrow. What's on tap for tomorrow? We are going to play a little bit more. Do we want to start off in the morning, or are we probably better off to wait a little later in the day, right?
Depends on how big a game you want to play. There's no interrupting stream in the middle tomorrow?
No, just you and me. We can use it to close out the show.
You know, here's what we can do, because people were making comments about the no indirect fire in that table. Let's leave the table the way it is and bring some indirect fire.
Okay.
And we'll see how it plays differently next time.
Okay. I have no indirect fire, but that's okay.
Hey, then you just don't bring it. Well, you do. You've got those claymores.
Well, yeah.
All right.
With their little rocket five.
Wait.
Snack packs.
Nobody wants to hear your whining. All right.
All right.
Bring your snack packs.
So what do you think, guys? Should we play on the same board, or should we make another one? Should we build a new one? Do you want to see a new one?
I mean, if you've got some other fantastic terrain,
We can build city.
bring it to you, man. Oh, yeah, we haven't done an urban.
You want to play an urban?
Sure.
Urban fight?
I'm down for whatever.
All right, we'll put a city fight on tomorrow.
I can lose in all the terrains. John, bring the aircraft.
Yeah, no, we'll build a city board tomorrow, and I got a whole big crate of shipping containers. We can make a maze.
Sure, works for me.
If that doesn't let you use indirect fire, then I don't know what to tell you.
Last time I played aircraft, John changed the rules.
True. He broke aircraft. I had to fix it.
Just for that tournament.
I don't think that I changed it to make it. I just fixed a couple of things.
There was aircraft have anti-aircraft.
Yeah.
That's not in the old rules that I know.
Right.
I never saw that.
Right.
And so that's what nobody knew, was that you could use aircraft to shoot down at nap of the earth aircraft.
Right.
Not that there were very many aircraft. I don't think it would have changed the outcome of that tournament, but that was something we didn't know.
Yes, aircraft ignore nap of Earth. They don't have true. They can have. There's actually a couple of aircraft now that have
AA.
Guided missiles and AA.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So would that be true for the Hind too? Would it ignore nap of the Earth?
Yes.
It's an aircraft, so it just gets through it. Except I think it only has rockets.
Yeah,
it can't engage other aircraft.
Yeah, it'd be a little rough.
That's more like a fire support thing.
Well, hopefully, if we start producing models in house here pretty soon, we've got the Hind ready to go for sure.
Yeah, I would love to paint some of those.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Maybe I can 3D print. I can't probably get it printed tomorrow, but I'll try to print a couple.
I don't live too far away.
I know. We're good. And then I think we designed a couple of new ones. I think in the last release, I think there might be a couple more. We don't actually have the visual part of it.
Right.
But we did put in the generic stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
So we're not going to make models for them. That's exactly what they're for. If you want to go to somebody that use an Apache that looks right or whatever, go for it. That's where all the generic stuff came from. Because we put in, there's a attack helicopter, a transport helicopter, there are technicals, there are Humvees, basically. So. Correct. Aircraft with rockets cannot attack other aircraft with the rockets. They can't use the rockets to attack it.
Indirect fire cannot affect aircraft.
Correct. Unless they're landed. Correct. If they are landed, you can use rockets on them.
You can use a lot of things. All you have to do is spit at them and they're gone.
They're pretty much dead. And then the whole landing thing, that was the other thing that had to be tweaked a little bit, where you can land and avoid getting shot and then take back off. And
I didn't do that. I did land once to claim an objective.
Yeah.
That was just once.
Again, it's one of those things. We didn't necessarily change the rules. We just kind of reevaluated and added a couple of things because, again, you get somebody that does something that out of 200 playtest games nobody ever did.
Well, that was just the strange rules for that tournament. Yeah. I say strange. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I think the War Master tournament was a hoot. I would love to see it done again. Just tighten up the list construction a smidgen because. We got a chance to play with aircraft in tournaments, which we've never done before.
Pylons allow you to equip bombs, which are kind of an aircraft's indirect, or kind of their version of kind of a run and gun to a degree. I mean, they can do a run and gun anyway, but you can drop bombs as you fly, and pylons allow you to equip bombs. And maybe down the road we may come up with other things that you can connect to pylons.
Don't some of the things you can drop from aircraft like attack a line? They like attack everything
In like the strike packages,
Yeah.
there is one like that, but the bomb works that too. You pick your path and you
Right.
drop your bomb along your path,
Right.
or bombs, if you have multiple pylons. Pylons are basically hard points on the bottom of wings to attach things. Right now, the only thing you put on them is bombs, but who knows what we might put down the road.
CAVs. Drop a CAV from
Drop a
each wing.
CAV, yeah.
How much longer we got in this session? 30 minutes?
27.
You have some. I don't think I'm going to do it now. Try to break the airbrush down. You
Purple?
have inks?
I have inks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I want to.
Is there purple? I don't know if there's purple in there, but I would think that there would be purple. I see purple.
I see purple. What I'll use tomorrow.
And they are intense.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to pin
yeah.
them down quite a bit.
Yeah. I was amazed how much I could pin them down and still get.
I'm just going to glaze over the white edges on this guy to turn them purple. And then I'm going to come in and paint that nebula effect and do a couple of edge highlights, and that'll be done.
Why use tactical nukes when you can just drop a titanium or depleted uranium rod, get all the bang for the buck with no radioactivity? Nukes are old school.
Unless you're trying to send a message.
Yeah, if you're trying to cleanse a planet.
Yeah. You're going to live. You're not going to live here. No mores.
Yeah. Or even if you don't want to do that, you could have a space fighter could go out and nudge a asteroid just a little bit. You drop an asteroid on a planet.
No. At some point in time, in order to maintain the concept of a game, you have to not do things like that. So in that series of novels I sent you the first one of, at the end of that novel, they take that idea and they jump the shark.
Yeah.
Like they go big.
Here's basically why you do not see planets being cleansed with nuclear weapons or
planets are valuable
to a degree. Obviously, The Rock tried to do that to the Terrans, but that was a little different situation than taking out a homeworld to make a point. But as war has become more usual thing, if you do it, guess who is going to do it to you? As far as good as Trig, as far as dropping an asteroid on somebody, if they didn't have somebody up to get you in there, it would be very, very easy. If you could get connected to it, get it in the right direction, you get pretty close. You don't have to be.
Well,
the math doesn't have to be perfect.
It's not hard to hit a world, probably,
yeah.
But you know.
I mean, obviously, if you started out at Pluto and turned it loose, there's a whole lot of criteria that need to be met there. But if you're between here and the moon and get one going at a 10th speed of light.
I think I agree with Lemming. You have to be pretty good at trig, but base-faring races typically pretty good at trig.
Yeah.
Typically. All right. Clean up zebra.
Well, hopefully in 400 years we can get it right. Bumba dee da dee da dee da bumba dee da dee da dee da bumba dee da dee da dee.
What's the matter?
Got a little bit of a whiff there.
Did you? You're gonna catch a hell of a whiff from this jar. Yeah.
A little atomized paint and alcohol. Woo! That's a party.
Little hair, put hair on your head.
Yeah. Okay, in about 6 minutes, we're getting ready to do the mini me big dick draw. Oh, I'm being spammed again. My wife telling me quit saying big
Seriously.
dick.
Mind your manners.
They are not, but I have little converter things for them. I got converters for Posh, Iwata, and Badger. Light me up. Either that or we're being told that the world's ending in 10 minutes.
You've won?
I think it's somebody else is ready for dinner. Trying to inspire ideas.
Let's see.
Getting a little carried away with the emojis.
Do it.
What do I hope CAV looks like in 2025 or 2025? That it is a required class at both the high school and the college level. Obviously I want people to be able to find other people that play and have it easy to get to it. I have no gaming as we know it has changed immensely in the last 10 years. And in the next 5 years, it's going to be even more. I think COVID has changed some things that probably will never go back. I think that distribution at the retail level has got almost impossible for smaller game companies. And I think that's only going to get worse. So, I think that'll move a lot more things online. I think you'll see a lot more virtual stuff. I think you'll see a lot of more for us going direct to you guys and to the conventions and stuff like that. So hopefully we can adapt to that and continue to grow. Also, I'm hoping that the clone technology has come to the point that I can rapid clone at least 5 of me. to get stuff done. I don't know if it's live action CAV in 2025, we might all be in trouble.
So I've asked you this question before, but I'll ask it in front of these people. In 5 years, or at some point in time in the future, we'll get to the point where we just print miniatures pre-painted.
I don't think so. I think that it will be way down the future. Even though 3D printers are getting cheaper and easier to use, now that the market has converted so hard to plastic, you can't print a resin figure cheaper than you can buy a plastic one, unless it's like a GW plastic. But I mean a regularly normally priced plastic one versus a decent good resin printer that I think is of an equal quality right now, it's not close enough to mess with. 10 years down the road, maybe. Yeah. It's as far as a general. Now, there are people out there that can take the cheaper stuff and tweak it and fight with it for 6 months and get something that they're very happy with at equal or little lesser price. For the average Joe, it ain't happening. Not for a while.
I mean, my thought is if the technology could even get to the point where you can print tabletop quality,
yeah,
for a simple model, you know, like I say simple model, simple paint scheme, I think there might be some value in it. There might be that core group of people that want to play miniatures, that want the cost of having their stuff painted minimal.
Right.
That you might be able to get them to pay 100% of the cost of their miniatures to get painted miniatures. So $100 worth of figures for $200.
But they're not going to be doing it themselves. They're going to be paying somebody else to do it.
Right.
So,
I'm not talking about doing it at home.
Oh, right.
So there's Trenchworks, some version of Trenchworks that prints models in tabletop standard painting.
Yeah, I mean, we are moving into as much virtual stuff as we can do. I mean, you've seen what we've done in the last 2 weeks. And we are having to learn this step by step. There is no really good book. Everything you watch on YouTube is 10 different ways of doing it, and nobody seems to be the right way so far that I've picked. There is Hero Forge that prints out minis in colored stuff like that. I think what I have seen on the computer that they use for their advertising as to what people actually get are two
very different things.
We're on the verge of you could probably get sued for false advertising.
But
that is a layman's.
10 years from now.
10 years, it could be a big different story.
Who knows?
I mean, if they can get to the point where they can, because they can already printed metal and carbon and stuff like that. I mean, if they can get the detail down to the level that we're doing like that, where you get something that is so much more handy, that'll make a big difference.
I mean, I don't know enough about the technology.
All right, so it is time for us to get the big guy out the door. So,
don't make them type something impolite.
Why would I do that? See? All good. So, here we go, folks. Hopefully we get lots of entries. If you've been waiting around, here we go. Moobot. That's code for Dana Murphy. That's her code name.
Yeah.
That's it. This is Moobot Actual to Moobot 3. Let's move out.
Move out.
So we're going to wait right up until the last minute to declare the winner. So
Lots of time.
lots of time. Get your friends on. Tell them you need them to come follow us so that they can.
See if I can remember my dog's accounts.
Yeah. Who will be our lucky last winner for the day?
Emily, good luck.
He got in this time.
Got in? Yeah. The Cthulhu guy. If you win this, people are going to come to your house with pitchforks.
I told him if he wins anything else, he has to bring 2 new players into the game. Minimum. But so you have basically 10 minutes to ask anything. I will do my best to answer it so without being too evasive.
Without being too evasive.
Yeah.
Include me?
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Yeah. Get that. We're getting all new names.
Yeah.
Everybody's calling everybody.
Everybody's calling
Yeah, this
their
is
friends.
it. Get
This
along
is it.
and win this for
Yeah.
me.
All right. So,
Kickstarter. Number
Kickstarter
4.
Yeah.
Sort of. Maybe.
Maybe. Depends on the results of that thing in Poland, right?
Yeah, something in Poland.
Something in Poland.
But we are waiting to figure out our production. If we bring production in-house, we are going to do a Kickstarter to help pay for the machinery and the setup. If we don't end up doing it, I might do another Kickstarter and go the traditional way.
Right.
I don't know. Kickstarters have been both a bane and a blessing.
Yeah.
So
Kind of like a short-term fix.
Yeah.
What do you think comes first? The answer to this Kickstarter question or the dropship? Which one do we know the answer to first?
the production one, Kickstarter one. Yeah. Yeah. Once that decision is made that we are or are not doing a Kickstarter, then that will answer
That'll determine
9
where-
other things.
I
Yeah.
get you. Yeah. Only have time enough to work on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's because how we end up doing the Kickstarter, especially if we're doing it to get help with the production and everything in house, we're going to have lots of different things on the Kickstarter than you normally saw to try to for more funding.
Yeah, yeah. You're going to make it big, so you
Right.
can try and get as much as you
It's
can.
going to be a lot of bigger stuff.
Tiger Race got a question.
No, the new production in of itself will not have any effect on the drop ship. If we, as far as if we get the production in house, are we going to use it to make the drop ship? No. But if we do the Kickstarter, we may do some special drop ships. There may be there'll be different things that we're going to do to make them available. To help with to make the Kickstarter a little bigger, a little better, and not be as focused on lots of little models, lots more bigger, one of a kind items and stuff like that generate a lot more interest.
Right.
So,
And plus, that would then leave you room to let the little stuff go to retail.
yes,
And you're not competing with your retail channel because they're not going to carry drop ships, probably.
correct.
A few of them might, but generally not. The terrain project you have in mind, is that plastic, resin, or MDF?
The terrain when it's all finished is we are looking at resin, MDF, acrylic, and 3D files.
Really nice.
Yeah.
You have a lot of options.
Yes, and it'll all, depending on what it is, just different things lend themselves to other things better, you know. Buildings are great in MDF.
Right.
And there'll be some combinations. I could see there being some MDF with some resin pieces.
I'm just checking the question while you're answering.
Yeah, limited run.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as if we actually do them in-house, I mean, we're not going to go out and try to do 1,000 drop ships,
Yeah.
but
We could do those to order practically.
we can do. We'll try to look at doing them to order. I could see us during the Kickstarter have like 10 of them that are already pre-painted and put together,
Right.
that are named and are actually in the game universe.
Oh, as an upper level reward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you know, and actually, you know, have like bomber stuff on the side of them, you know, like Black Betty or something like that, you know, Gams, you know, something
John,
like that.
why don't you ask me for my credit card now? I'll just leave it there with you.
But each one of them would be individually named, and they would
Have
actually
some history.
have history in the game,
Yeah, that would be nice.
and it would be a one-time deal.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so rapid fire tokens, soon or not soon?
Soon,
Very soon.
yes,
Okay.
we're ready to do it. I'm just got to finish up the designs.
New activation deck, soon. Not
Soon.
Soon. Okay.
Yeah.
And
And by soon, I am
we're not trying to pin you down.
end of the year.
Okay, so soon is before the end of the year.
Yeah,
Not
90
soon
days.
is after that.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as our I mean, if we run into any kind of a production
Obviously.
that I have found that nobody else works on my schedule.
Yeah.
All right, I think we need this in 6 days. You meant 6 years? No,
Yes,
60 days.
seriously.
Oh, we're on 6 years right now. Oh, okay.
I mean,
After they take your money and told you it'll be here in 30 days.
it could be even worse. You could have a company you want to work with that won't take your money.
Yeah. They do. They actually sent me an email trying to get me to help pump their stuff like that. And I said, they were on like $40, I think, for a token set. And I said, you know, I know what a piece of acrylic costs. Do we really have to sell it for $40? I might be interested to help out. I never got an answer back. Yeah.
I buy without going into any details. I buy some peak tokens.
Right.
I don't know what the hell you want to call them.
Right.
I pay a lot of money for them. They're good
Yeah.
tokens. They're even superior tokens. But
Well, I think if you went in and had to have custom artwork and custom this done and custom shapes or something like that, I can see that being a premium product.
Right.
I think once you go out and design a generic set of things and put them out there, and it takes 2 minutes to cut them
Crank
out,
them out,
yeah,
laser amount.
$40 seems a little
See,
steep,
what I would love to see,
especially direct.
at some point in time in the future, I would like to see faction-specific tokens. I
I
mean, more than just the laser etching or cutting. I mean, like the shape, the design.
I don't know that we would do shape. I think that it would be color, and I think that one of the tokens for something would have like their emblem on.
That could
I
work.
could see that.
You remember those coins that you made a few years ago?
Uh-huh.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Something at least that cool.
Right.
One of those per set would be
Yeah.
nice. That'd be good.
Well, we thought about doing kind of our own wooden nickels too, you know,
Yeah.
out of MDF. There's lots of things we can do. Now we've got our own laser cutter in house, so we're pretty much do what we want, and it's a commercial grade one. It's not a.
Are the faction emblems too complicated to be cut into tokens? Did you
We
include
would
one?
simplify them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're
Sort of.
basically working in one color.
Right.
Yeah.
You can do multicolored tokens.
Oh.
Cool.
Well, yeah, they put stickers or whatever on the bottoms of them.
I can show you some. Next time I come up, I'll bring
Okay.
you some that Team Covenant did that are inlaid with multiple colors.
They're inlaid.
Yeah.
Yes, they're not. They
The
don't come
material's
out.
one color.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
okay.
No, I know about how to inlay them. Yeah.
They're
Dude,
pretty sweet,
Dude,
though.
you know how many Magic the Gathering dial counters that I made when I worked for Reaper with all the inlay and the
I guess
epoxy.
I'm not real familiar with it.
Well, that was Reaper's first big project, is the scry hand counters that had the round circles.
The ones I always saw were all metal. They were just poured.
Yeah.
Weren't they?
There were polished ones, but a lot of them were epoxy filled and
really?
inlaid. Oh yeah.
I didn't know all that.
Way too much. All right, here you have 1 minute. 1 minute. If you do not have your entry in, we're getting ready to do it. And we'll announce the winner. We will say congratulations and tell you how lucky you are. And then we're going off air.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be back at 10 o'clock in the morning with a city board ready to go. We'll probably try to move the game towards the later part of the day.
Okay. It'll be kind of a smallish game.
Yeah, probably 2 o'clock Central Time to start the game. So we'll figure some stuff out for the first 4 hours to try to keep you entertained. All right, here we go. Let's
Cross
do
your
it.
fingers.
Do it to it.
Oh no! 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 Darn you! He's not here. He's not going to claim it. He's only got a minute. Come on now. Don't do it, Gimli. Don't do it, Gimli.
And if it helps get you back tomorrow, we're going to do another one tomorrow. So,
ooh.
Yeah, we're going to do another one tomorrow.
Gimli, you got to type exclamation mark claim.
Yeah, exclamation mark claim. I'm not going to tell you what time we'll do it so that you just don't show up for that.
Yeah. There he is. Darn you, Gimli.
All right, guys. It's 8 o'clock. Thank you. It's been a great day. Day 2 CAV-CON 2020.
Yeah.
Virtual, mini-me virtual con. We will see you in the morning, 10 a.m. Central Time. Night, guys.
Good night.
Wrong button. We'll